Hi all, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am Candlestick. I am your pseudo DM for the day. I am going to be playing Crystal Everlight and however many other characters I need to this game, because this is part 2 of Papilio Tacet. If you haven't watched part 1, probably go do that. That might be important. If you want to stick around anyway, hi, we're in the middle of a case. Cassie has disappeared, and would my lovely other players like to introduce themselves?
Am I at the top? Oh gosh, I am again. Hello, I am Whis. I am playing Junior Detective Lorelei Stagehand, who has brand new clicky clack dice to use for the first time today.
Nice.
Hopefully they'll be kind. And that's on to me. And that's over to me. Hello everyone! Vwild! On the bullshit, off the shits. We'll see how this goes.
She's caffeinated and has not slept. We'll see what happens.
Oh dear.
And I am playing the absolutely delightful trauma monkey detective Little Lynn Stagehand at your service. And excuse you, I have had sleep today. I've been a responsible person. I also just chug coffee because it's nice.
Alright, so it's been a while since the last game, but I'm imagining that this is actually taking place fairly soon after where we left off, which was you guys interviewed Cassie's neighbors and found information about that. And what was your next plan?
The next plan, from what I can recall, unless Wiz, did you rewatch?
I did, but two half-hour journeys there and back in the car is not enough to watch 2.5 hours worth of content. So I didn't quite get through it all. But we had just interviewed the neighbors, and I think we were either going to go and talk to Crystal and Cassie's cousins, or we were going to go and talk to her co-workers.
Yes.
I think we were going to go...
cousins and father, because they all live together.
Yes.
I think we were going to go to the cousins and the father first, because that way we could possibly drop off Crystal, but also we realised, Crystal doesn't like the dad.
I mean, you could drop her off if you want. That'd be funny.
I don't think we should get the emotionally compromised person in the place with an emotionally compromising person, but go off, I guess.
We'll just see what happens, I suppose.
Yeah. Honestly, this is Toons. On one hand, correct policy. On the other hand, Toons.
Mm-hmm.
We are not like... We, the players, are not licensed detectives. Do not try this at home.
Also, you know, like, this is also an important case. Crystal can put her feelings away for a while. Probably.
Alright. Over to this place we go. Hey, Rye, why don't you do most of the talking today?
That's mean.
I love you. But yeah, I think we were going to go over to the family house and then to the co-workers.
Okay.
Yep, sounds good. Do you guys need... I don't think I'm going to make you guys roll anything to find the house.
I mean, we have an address, so...
Yes, that's true.
We have an address, and it's in Toontown, which Lynn does know.
Yes,
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah. She knows all of Toontown.
Okay, so we're going to go there, and then is Lynn just gonna knock? How are we going about this?
We're gonna break in the back window. No, we're not. Wait, she is actually pretty calm and professional, quite frankly. I cannot remember how many points of fray she was on today.
It wasn't many from memory.
She was doing pretty good.
It's because she starts
on fray.
Yeah, she starts every day with between 0 and 2. She can go up to 5. For law reasons, I am not letting her hit proper 5.
Fair.
She will hit those eventually. But let's put her at 1 just now, because even if she was at 2, she's calm. She's calm.
Yeah.
Let's just... But she's just there going, okay. Alright. This is the address. Okay. Rye behind me. Crystal nearby. Great.
Cool.
Just, and she has very much said, yeah, behind me, right? Just in case, because she does know. She remembers from the brief interaction, which we will eventually get on audio, just, yeah, that interaction with Chifley was an interesting one. She's not. Yeah. She's not gonna go, look, Chifley, Pokemon!
Here, have some of your trauma triggers. Go for it.
Pull
Yeah,
the
okay.
trigger right here on your doorstep, right now. No.
And
So-
Lynn's wearing
Yeah.
her boots, so she's taller than Rye at the moment anyway. So
She's 4'6".
I think Crystal is standing like behind and slightly to the side, so she is visible from the doorway, but she is also not making any move to actually actively knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Alright.
expression is not very happy right now.
Plenty of places she'd rather be than here.
Mhm.
Where are my Chifley dice?
I'm just for humour, I'm gonna roll performance to see basically how good a commanding presence Lynn's gonna have in that first moment. Whether she's gonna be a wet kitten or whether nope, she's a good detective. They're all gonna be. It's just look at me. Don't look at that one. Don't look at my son. Look at me.
Oh
Look at me.
wow, 24.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright.
She's got the vibe.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. Well, that
Alright.
was a nat 1 on Dorian's end for perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm just going to roll a d2 to see whether or not Chifley or Missy answers the door. 1's Chifley, 2 is Missy. Missy! Great. Even better. Okay, so you knock on the door, and there's this pause, and then there's like what sounds like a scrape, 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 and then kunk, quick, and then scrape, scrape, scrape. And then the handle turns and it opens a crack. And this is just this little green shape just sort of leans out. Hello?
Hello there. You're Missy, right? Ms. Chifley or Ms. Forde? Detective Little in Stagehand. Is your brother home?
Oh, yeah, Chifley's here. Am I in trouble again?
No, you're not in trouble, little one. Unless you've been in any more baby fighting rings,
No, I promised Chifley I wouldn't do that again.
Then you've got nothing to worry about, right? Or at least on this topic. Would you mind going and getting him? Or
Okay.
And then she sort of turns around and you can roll perception if you want to overhear the conversation.
absolutely not 20.
Oh, good.
Roll one for Rye too, just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I'm rolling for Crystal. That was a 9. What is your perception modifier? I don't think it was great.
It's average bounce, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Everybody can hear that, but especially Lynn, because that's a net 20 versus a 10 and an 11.
Yeah,
Missy-
Lynn's been doing this a long time.
Missy is 6, so her capacity for quiet is limited. So you can hear as like even though she sort of left the door ajar a little bit, but as you can hear as she runs away from the door, Chifley, the monkey detective is at the door and it wasn't my fault.
I have to say, Crystal is a little bit concerned at hearing the words "child fighting ring." Like she's got her hands in front of her face. Like, what? Do I want to know? No, I probably don't want to know.
with the nat 20, Lynn can hear a response from Chifley, which just sort of almost feels like a raised eyebrow rather than hears it. And then he comes over and he opens the door and looks at Lynn before noticing that anybody else is there. Hello? Can I help you?
Hello, Mr. Chifley Forde. I'm here in relation. Well, the best way of putting this is I'm here in relation to the disappearance of Cassie. May I come in? We have a few questions.
There's this sort of pause, and then he goes sort of stiffish and then nods. Of course. And he stands back and pulls the door open all the way. And I think this is the first time all three of these people have seen Chifley since his redesign. So he's had a redesign.
He's got a titty with him. He's got a titty with him.
That is entirely your doing too.
I think
I know, and I love it.
I think Crystal has actually seen Chifley's redesign because
She would have, because they popped in 2 days before today.
Yes.
To say, hey, have you heard from Cassie? Yes, okay. So it's just Lynn and Rye who are going, oh, okay, that's different. But yeah, so he lets you into the apartment and he actually goes over to Missy and he just sort of crouches down near her and says to her, I need you to go to your room for a little while. Dorian and I need to talk to these people.
Okay, I guess I could do that.
And she gives him a little quick hug and then she runs off to her room and there's a door close.
Yeah, I think as they were entering, Crystal had sort of given him like a sorry to intrude kind of look, but this is important.
I don't know that Chifley necessarily noticed that Crystal was there straight away, because he's just like, what now?
Fair. I honestly don't know if Dorian, that was a nat one. I don't know if he's noticed. I want to imagine he's like in the kitchen or something and just like, I don't know, got his head stuck under, like, you know, there's something very loud happening and it's just like not hearing anything.
Okay. Well, I think Chifley would know that's where he is, and I think he'd just lead Lynn, Rye, and Crystal into the kitchen then in that case. Once they're inside, close the front door and just lead them in, because there's a little table in there.
Nice. Probably like turns around, and looks over you all. There is a raised eyebrow when he notices that Crystal is there, but he doesn't comment. Just a smile and Dorian Trebleclef, how may I help you?
We're detectives from the Stagehand's Requiem, sir, and we're here on a case.
Case.
Indeed. Mr. Dorian, you might want to sit down, perhaps.
As another sweep across you all, and his face turns serious and he nods and will sit at the table. Probably at the opposite end to where you guys are. Yeah.
I always want to say, can Lynn roll perception on this place? Because, paranoia monkey, like, logically, there's nothing wrong with this place. At the same time, this is Lynn.
I mean, I feel that's your call, Whis, since it is your place.
I mean, yeah, you can roll perception if you want, and I'll describe it.
Nice.
That's what
okay, Lynn, honey, okay. What does a 27 get the monkey?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, all right. So the Forde Trebleclef apartment is a 3-bedroom apartment with no ensuite bathrooms, a built-in laundry, and a living room and kitchen area. The walls are a pale blue. Most of the furniture seems to be some shade of blue and or white. It seems clean. It seems organized-ish. It's definitely lived in. There is definitely a child on the premises. Is there anything in particular you want to look for?
I mean, I will
not gonna.
add, sorry, that there is probably some signs that someone did recently move in, like a couple of extra boxes that haven't been put away yet.
Mm-hmm. So that'd probably be related to Dorian, and just basically, Monkey's just going, okay, is something gonna happen here? No, we're fine.
Yeah, okay. You don't have any strange acrid smells. You don't have like the best you've got is maybe what could have been like poster paint, I guess. Missy might have been doing some art lately, or something along those lines.
It,
Yeah.
quite frankly,
And then you say
quite frankly, it's just a normal place. It's just unfortunately, I gesture at this monkey. This monkey rolls perception everywhere she goes because she's a paranoid as hell being.
That's
Fair.
not a bad habit to be in, to be perfectly fair.
Indeed.
Yeah, like it's a normal ass apartment. Like the stuff here, this day-to-day stuff that you would expect in any kind of place. Like Network kind of has the same vibe of this, except this is not a genus locus. So
But there is after they have just done this sweep into this place because she wouldn't have left them hanging at this moment and gone, excuse me, I'm going to go and sweep the area. No, she is actually a bit more tactful than that, but it's just she'd also probably be standing, but she'd just go, there is no truly delicate way of putting this. We have no reason to believe anyone is dead. However, your daughter Cassie is currently classed as missing, believed to be kidnapped.
Chifley's hair has started to turn colours. It's now going white.
Yeah, there is definitely a deep breath from Dorian. You'll notice his hand starting to like clutch the tabletop fairly tightly, and then just like a couple of seconds of like breathe in, breathe out, and then like well, that what do you know? What happened?
The best way of putting it is we know that she's been missing for about a week from relation to neighbours and such. Her headphones were left in the apartment, sequestered away along with a dagger. Other matters, and she will just very calmly and clinically just start breaking down what they know. Just so that I don't have to give the previously on.
Fair.
But she will wrap it up with going, we believe for the moment that whatever purpose these people have, they would want her alive, especially as there is a relation to wild magic.
Everybody should probably roll a perception.
Yes, they should, shouldn't they? Len, you did not have to roll a second 19. Okay.
My phone was ringing.
You're good.
Oh dear.
Perception, you said.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna roll for Dorian. But that's for Crystal.
Fair enough. Let me just quickly text the person who was calling me.
I think Dorian has gotten up and gone, would you guys like tea? He really needs to do something with his hands right now to focus.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, please. That would be very nice. Thank you. Because she does get, when you're in distress, you do need something to do, and if you feel as though you're helping in some way, it can help.
So those perceptions, the air in the kitchen has gotten pretty dang cold.
Second reason for the tea.
Yeah, there's that probably. Yeah, it's gotten quite cold, and Chifley's hair has gone completely white.
Mr. Forde, you all right?
What's your deception, Chifley? Okay, I'm gonna roll your deception.
I will roll contesting insight.
Oh, I don't think you'll need to. That wasn't very good. Oh, might help if I hit the keys hard enough. Oh, there you go.
9.
It's a 9.
Yeah, no, she's got it.
You're on fire today.
She's in business mode. He just sort of squares his shoulders a bit. I'm fine.
I understand this is distressing news for you, and that it can affect and influence new aspects of design when we are stressed. Would you like to sit down as well?
I'd rather remain standing.
Of course.
What
Is there anything that we can do to assist? Alright.
I'd rather focus on what we can do to find Cassie.
Of course. Of course. And she does just slightly rock back on her heels at that. Just... Yeah. Alright. From what we know, we need to understand who would intend to do her harm. There are a couple of theories, potentially. Your uncle might be of assistance at this point, but we shall see on that front.
Yeah, I think Dorian has come back with tea, probably like a teapot, with probably like a chamomile blend or something like that. Like chamomile and lavender probably, and a whole bunch of teacups.
Nice.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
Yeah. And did catch your question like on the way back. I will do what I can. What do you need?
You'll probably want to sit down again with the tea when we go through this. The best way of putting it is we understand, well, a part of the history of your family in relation to magic distribution and such.
Would you like to roll an insight?
Rye's doing that. Rye is not doing well.
Lynn, why? Why? Why?
At least one of them's doing well.
I'm glad you're doing good on a case at the same time. Why?
Right, you will catch the look that those words bring, that Dorian throws Crystal, and and you will definitely get the glare that she is giving him back at the look. You probably can't pass his expression though. Lynn, you can. There is definitely look of probably a combination of guilt, resignation, and and determination.
Mm-hmm. We're getting somewhere. Good. And she's not said that bit out loud, but in her head she's just going, all right, plot's developing. I am so sorry this is causing family conflict, but peace.
I think
It's a good thing she's not saying that out loud.
Yeah, I think instead he asks, and you believe this is connected to her disappearance?
Well, we have reason to believe that she's recently developed wild magic, and given that Miss Crystal said that she had the magical surplus, it's not out of the question that surplus has turned into wild magic, and if it is related to the link with your late wife, then maybe. We're just trying to get all of the details, sir.
No,
Well put.
that's a very good point. Lynn, you will also catch he doesn't look surprised at the revelation that she has wild magic.
I'll Chif an Arcana real quick. I'm not going to use Rise dice for that because that would be weird.
Search has started up, I suppose I should say. More clarify.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think Lynn's going to be blunt. Just got to figure out how she'd word it. Just. You were anticipating this? The wild magic, I mean.
Chifley does not know what wild magic is, apparently.
There's a slight wince. Again, his gaze sort of shifts to Crystal, and back to you, Lynn, and there's a I was aware of them appearing. Yes, I was aware of the event that led to it. And
Mm-hmm.
this at that Crystal definitely stiffens up and is that you knew and you didn't tell me. I thought it was I thought it was best if Cassie brought that up with you when she was ready, given everything that had happened. That's why I've been giving her space.
Rye is now looking between these two toons going, oh dear.
Lynn's definitely filing away. Okay, these ones are not staying in the same household when we're done. Because that's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh, maybe a wise choice.
But just externally out loud, she's just going, and she's just kind of just. She will have slightly fluffed up in a way that gathers the eye. She's just getting attention, not in a purposeful way, but in a let's nip that in the bud. Let's not cause conflict here. No.
Oh, that's very good because Crystal looked like she was opening her mouth to argue more.
Yeah. Lynn knows how to do this. She's a bright gold monkey. Quite frankly, she uses that for good and evil, but good now. There is the subtle fluff as she goes, and when was the last time you personally had contact with her? Face to face or otherwise?
It was over 3 weeks ago. She hasn't been talking to me since the argument between and again he casts a look at Crystal and then pointedly back at Lynn, like, nope, I'm not going there.
Ryan's got his little portable case board and he's writing this down.
Okay, so you didn't see her for a couple of weeks, and oh, okay. And then Miss Crystal saw her about 3 weeks ago.
And you can just sort of see him looking at his notes and tapping his chin with his pen, and like he's just sort of connecting some dots. It's like, oh, did Cassie go and yell at Crystal after she found something else from Dorian? Is that what happened? He's not saying that, but he's just going, huh. Oh boy.
There is very much the Lynn. Roll insight, because you're gonna see something from your mum. Just not a bad thing or anything, I promise.
All right. Oh, maybe he's not. What's your insight?
Roll with advantage because it's your mum.
Okay. That is better than a 2. 14.
Yeah. No, Rye, you're getting it is an incredibly subtle side eye from your mum. She is in detective mode. It is incredibly difficult for other people to tell, but you know because she actually looks at you. Yeah, she's coming to the same conclusions as you. She's also really proud of you. You're doing great. She's absolutely coming to the same conclusions as you on all of this front. She's okay. So 3 weeks ago was the last time either of you were able to see her. 2 weeks ago is when the noise disturbances were occurring. 1 week ago is when she went missing. We know there was a relation to the birthday party. Mr. Forde, have you been able to get in contact with her at any point over telephone or in person?
No.
Okay.
The last time I saw her was 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Thank you very much. You're both doing incredibly well at this. Now, Mr. Dorian, this is perhaps a hard question, but we'll see how it goes. Did you and your late wife have any enemies, anyone in conflict, especially in relation to where you went before?
I am going to roll him a history.
Have a bardic inspiration die, d6.
Awesome. Ooh,
Lynn is so
nice.
happy to be a bard!
And I should probably make sure to look at the right sheet for modifiers.
Tends to help, yeah.
Oh, not that it matters, it's the same thing.
Hey!
Nice.
There's a moment he's pausing and thinking, and his expression has become very serious. But after a bit, he sort of shakes his head. Well, the pair of us, we were adventurers, explorers. So it's not like we didn't make the occasional enemy, but no one that knew anything about the my wife or Cassie's conditions.
Sir, could you tell us about the ruins that you were exploring in Faruma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he brightens up at that, and I need to find my notes.
Which notes has this information?
Come on, where are you? Here we are. Yeah, he brightens at that a little bit. I'm gonna roll off of those insights from before. Sorry, Rye. There is definitely a spark of fascination, like an interest there. Like this is someone who very much enjoyed traveling and adventuring as a career, and it shows.
Mhm.
And he goes, "Oh, it was in Faruma, a little way past the town of Stakis. The ruins were the Requisidius Regem, or also known as the resting place of the Star King. Fascinating place. It's believed that it is the tomb of the young King Balthazar that died well over 1,000."
Ryan's got his little notebook out.
That's before the erasure. Oh wait, it's for rumor. It doesn't apply there, huh? He's writing that down.
Yes.
Erasures don't count.
Real kind history tends to be a lot longer than Toon's. It's fascinating, really.
They better have a lot more books about it then. Otherwise they'd forget it all.
Well, that's kind of the point, is that like no one knows anything about this place because it's all gone now. And the only thing that's left is the ruins. And, well, nothing's been found there either, really.
Miss Crystal mentioned that there was some sort of incident when the three of you were exploring there. She told us that she just remembered a flash, but do you remember any better? What happened?
By the way, I will let you guys also roll an insight on Crystal if you would like at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That is
Not doing so well with these rolls. Oh my goodness.
only an 18.
Only an 18. All right. Well, the 13 is enough. Right, you get that Crystal doesn't look happy. Big shocker there.
Yeah.
Big shock.
Lynn, you get she is, it's not that just that she's uncomfortable about the topic of conversation. She also looks a bit annoyed at the enthusiasm that her dad is showing for the place in the first place. But she is attempting to not make a fuss because this is currently not the time or place. But as you ask that, Dorian kind of sighs and, well, I'm not sure how much I can add. We were we were exploring the ruins, like I said. Well, many of the natives of the town believe that it is bad luck to enter the tomb, but it's been chalked up to superstition because plenty of people have been there over the years and nothing's ever happened to them. We thought it would be fine to visit, and seemed to be the case for a while. Then I don't know. Anna, she was not far away from us. She wasn't touching anything. There was just this flash of colorful light, and then she collapsed. We took her to a hospital nearby, and she seemed fine, but and that went away on its own after a little bit. And it wasn't until after Cassie was born that more of the signs started to develop that something had gone wrong.
How are you sure that the condition with Miss Crystal and Miss Cassie's mother, and Cassie was the same thing. Or, like, related to that, if that didn't happen straight away.
Well, the thing that had made her lightheaded was that her magic levels had dropped significantly, but they stabilized, like, not long afterwards. I suppose it's possible they aren't connected, but it's the best we have to go on. Nothing else happened that could explain it, and it's definitely not a usual case.
Rye writes that down. I'm also going to have Chifley roll a medicine. Because he's standing there listening and he's like, Come on, Chifley, this is something you're actually good at. Hey, there we go. That's what we like. It's a 17.
Alright, what would you like to know?
So he's because I rolled so badly on the Arcana check before, he doesn't actually know what wild magic is. But having just listened to all of this, he's trying to use his I am a nurse knowledge to piece together the relationship between what he knows from snooping through Crystal's things about Cassie's medical history, and then what's being said, and then what he knows will happen during Whiteout. He's trying to connect some dots, really.
I mean, you sure be connecting that, there definitely seems to be a link between them, and that link seems to be, magic. In particular, maybe it's hard to say, but there is an element that it was familiar magic. Definitely is that there seems to be a case of Cassie taking other people's magic and making it her own.
Mm-hmm. Now this might be a wild shot in the dark, because I've never actually asked this question, so I don't know the answer. Was Cassie and Crystal's mother a real kind or a toon?
She was a toon,
Okay.
but she was a fey toon.
Yeah. Okay. That invalidates that train of thought, so that's fine. So Chifley is still got white hair. It's very cold, especially if you're close to him. But like he's got his arms folded over his chest and he's looking contemplative.
Lynn, I
You
will
go.
say Lynn's also just she's considering everything at this point. Monkey is trying to make her own connections in her head, and by God, this case board sure is something.
Fair, honestly. I will say that Crystal probably pipes up with a there every indication seems to suggest that that was the cause of the incident, because there were some traces of unknown magic in both the at the time of the incident and since then in Cassie's magical signature that has been unable to be identified.
So, leftovers from the ruins then? Maybe?
That is the working assumption, yes.
Ryan is going to look at Lynn and he's actually going to hum at her in network speech. I can't think of how to get it into network speech, but he's basically going to hum something along the lines, someone wants magic taken from the ruins back, maybe? She might be in for rumor?
There is a very subtle nod from Lynn of just she had been thinking something along the lines of, yeah, this is either someone wanting this wild magic for themselves or someone wanting this wild magic back there. There are a lot of other paths, like, who knows, maybe this is jealous co-workers and this is all just one wild goose chase at the same time.
That's still an option, yes.
Isn't this fun?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it absolutely is. I am absolutely loving this. Okay. This is a mild stab in the dark, I do apologise, but who was King Balthasar, was it? Just what's their history? How does magic relate to them? I admit real kind, I understand the magic, but more nature magic related to them? Furbolgs, that sort of stuff, their laws, their history. The magic side of things does escape me a little.
Oh, no, that's very reasonable. Well, the young King Balthazar is, well, like I said, not much is known about him. All we know is that he was the last in the line of heirs of the Mazal kingdom, which is long gone. There's believed to have been a war that destroyed an entire civilization in the area, and mythology talking about him possessing a weapon, magical artifact that was the root of the war, but all other knowledge is lost. The entire civilization disappeared a long time ago. No one is sure how. That's why the ruins is such a fascinating place for so many, because it could hold the key to the entire history of this kingdom. But like I said, no one's found anything in many years.
Do we know anything about the civilization? Like what kind of people lived there or that kind of thing?
Well, there are records. I'm no history buff. I mostly the ruins themselves was what drew us there. So I cannot tell you about what else is there, but it was probably a fairly large nation, with a fair few, a fair amount of territory. It seemed to be quite prosperous, especially around the period before the the war. Most of the records about the civilization actually come from the opposing forces, but even then, it is relatively sparse.
Well, yeah, if their civilization disappeared, then somebody else won.
And the victors write the story.
Maybe it was something to do with being toons?
No, this was oh, you meant us.
Yeah, well, because I mean, I'm not as good at like history and stuff as my sister because I don't read that sort of thing, but like 3,000 years is a really long time. Were there even toons back then? I mean, I assume there would have been some, but would we even have been able to get over to Fruma?
Sometimes toons did pop up elsewhere. It's about inspiration, right? You can get toons that pop up out there. It's just difficult.
Oh.
I know incredibly ancient toons on that front. One really good one. One
Rai is going to flip through a few pages of his notebook and he's going to write that down and then flip back to the relevant pages because he didn't know that.
Okay. It could plausibly be related to toons, that is correct on that front. Especially, well, toons in our understanding of magic are affinity to magic. Something could have leapt.
Well,
Weapons.
I'm no expert on the matter. Chris might be able to tell you more. She studies this stuff. He is giving her a smile. She is giving him a glare back.
Yes, Ms. Crystal, through all of this, is there anything related to the case that you've thought of that you're willing to contribute?
I don't know. I have studied, maybe not as extensively as the rest of my research, but I have studied the origins of the place and have not found anything out of the ordinary there. There's it is very unlikely that that toon magic is or was involved with the event that occurred there a long time ago. But that doesn't necessarily rule out anything about. Well, for starters, it makes diagnosing and it's been one of the things that has been causing diagnosing and curing the events so difficult because toon magic is so very different to real kind magic, and the mixing of the two is incredibly complex.
Indeed, and can have unintended side effects.
Yes, that's the entire one of the biggest aspects of my research is looking into how different sources of magic can interact and affect each other, and the effects that can have, and the sorry, words are escaping me right now.
You're good.
And the signs that might produce, essentially helping people narrow down what might be the cause of unknown magical effects on themselves. And everything I have found indicates that cross-contamination of magics is the most unpredictable and hardest to identify and figure out. That's a 6.
Yep.
Chif,
Who
hey,
wants to
Chif.
contest that?
Lynn literally cannot roll below that, even on a nat 1. But let's, yeah, not
Let's see
her
how Rai
best,
does.
not her best insight, but still a 15.
Thank goodness Rai doesn't have to roll very high to beat that. Oh no, he did. Anyone else?
I am trying to find Dorian's. I don't think Crystal's paying attention. I think Dorian might, though.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, come on. Oh, that's not very good. Yeah, my computer has frozen, I think, a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh, that's still a 14, though.
Okay. Well, that's more than enough for everybody to notice that Chifley is still looking very contemplative, but like there's this sort of air of realization and possibly guilt in his expression, even though he's just distinctly not looked up from where he was trying to burn a hole in the tabletop while he thought.
Which is impressive for someone who's an ice type.
Yes.
Mr. Forde?
Hmm.
Is there something that you're willing to bring to the table at this? You seem disconcerted.
I don't know if it's relevant. But let's talk about magic affecting magic, and if the last time I saw her, Cassie's magic was doing something very strange. And I feel like it was in response to mine doing something very strange.
There's just a sharp look from Crystal before just a sigh, and her head is hitting the table.
Someone's gonna have to poke him if they want more.
Yep. Lynn's kind of giving the do go on look. Could you please elaborate further?
Well, I don't know what caused either of it, but my magic changed. And I went through the process of a redesign, as I'm sure you noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was asleep at the time, but Cassie, she started coughing up bubbles and struck my friend with some lightning and all these other strange reactions that didn't make sense for her. She was panicking, which only made it worse. But I'd never seen that happen before. But it only started after my magic changed.
So they both occurred at the same or similar times. Fascinating. Interesting. Have you been able to find any direct route for your redesign? Any influences and such?
There are some theories.
Go on.
I won't bore you with my medical history, detective, but there was a medical procedure I undertook, and he pauses like he's, how do I delicately put this? Our current theory is that my magic changed as a result of that medical procedure.
I would like to point out that Crystal has pulled out a notebook and is writing a lot of notes in it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not the best time, but and I don't know if Chifley would care, but if he did look at Crystal, he might see that you and I are going to have a talk about this when things are a little less serious.
That's fine.
I'm gonna roll something because in my head I've had something, but okay, that amuses me. Okay, so everyone else has had notebooks, and some people might be going, why doesn't Lynn the detective have a notebook out? Why doesn't she? Yeah, she's had one hand in her lap this entire time and her tail. She's been writing notes. She's been writing notes this entire time. Yes, she's been holding it with her tail and writing with her hand, and no, she's not been looking down at it.
Rye's not
That
that
is
good yet. Also, he
amazing.
doesn't have a tail.
It's,
That's great.
she's been doing, but I rolled sleight of hand to see how discreet it is. Yeah, no one is gonna get this.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there is every now and then almost this faint flip noise, but it might just be something in the room. It might be something outside. You don't know. And it is
There
just
is a 6-year-old in the other room. Who knows what she's doing?
Oh God! Wait, she's silent.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah, all this time she normally writes with both hands, but no, she's trying to do the professional look. She's got her right hand on the table on that front. Just
Mm.
okay. So we have simultaneous redesigns, possible relation to medical conditions, could be design related familial connections on that front. I've known plots to kick off when one goes through something, another one's kicks off. We got conflict in her own narrative, an entire arc through the family sequence on that front. That's impressive.
I will point out that her design didn't change.
No, actually, that is rather interesting on that front that it didn't change at all. It's only the wild magic manifestation. Huh. Alright.
She
But-
was when she could talk. When she spat bubbles, she couldn't talk, but when she could, she was saying that it was related to her mother.
Mhm.
So she made the connection herself.
I see. Was anyone else present at the time of this revelation?
Yes.
Okay. How many and who?
Just one.
All right.
Right.
Name?
His name is Love is Blind.
Okay. All right. And what is your relation to Love is Blind? Are they... What sort of character?
I apologize to you for bringing your lad into this.
We're gonna have a third.
It's not out of the question that any one of Mo are going to get two, depending on what we do. But anyway,
Lynn will have the sketches chase those guys and rattle them down later.
oh dear. I lost my train of thought. Choo choo. Yeah.
Pull back in the station. Pull back in the station.
Yeah. So, Lau is a friend of mine, and they're no nonsense kind of person.
Trustworthy?
I believe so. I trust him.
Always good to have in people. Just hope it isn't at least. All right.
Just a tiny little note there. Crystal is not paying any attention to anyone, is still furiously scribbling away in her notebook.
Right. Final point before I ask about that. We are aware that there has been a incident of mail going missing, mail being breached, related to this case. Related to Cassie, correspondence she sent out not reaching their intended recipients. Has that in any way affected either of you?
Pretty sure Chif's got mail from Cassie, hasn't he?
Yes, he would have probably hasn't gotten anything since 2 weeks ago. Maybe
For obvious
on this-
reasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing else seems to have gone missing to Chifley. And Dorian's shaking his head as well as she had told me that something had occurred to her mail to Crystal, but I had not had any trouble receiving her letters.
Okay, so this is
Missy
a.
and I were getting mail too.
All right, so it's an exclusive problem. Fascinating.
Why would somebody only take letters from Cassie to Crystal? I mean, what good would there come from keeping the two sisters apart?
I will roll this. Oh. Alright. Give me a moment. Dorian's looking thoughtful right now.
Are we rolling insight to contest that? Or?
No. This was
No?
just a
Okay.
straight intelligence.
Okay.
You're assuming that the intent was to keep them apart. Maybe it wasn't that.
Well, it definitely had that effect, if nothing else. Although, is it... Miss Crystal, I didn't ask earlier, were you getting mail from other people?
You might want to do something to get her attention. She is still stuck in the note source.
Lean. Poke.
Miss Crystal!
Huh? What? Oh, right. Pardon?
We're talking about your mail.
What?
You remember how you said that your mail from Miss Cassie had gone missing? I wanted to ask you whether or not you'd gotten mail from anyone else.
I just want to say, have you ever, that thought, someone is not paying you full attention yet because their mind is still very obviously on whatever it was they were on before, and it takes a couple of moments to, take the words in, and then they're like, right, yes, okay.
It has to percolate a little bit, yeah.
That is definitely what she's doing right now, and then there's oh, mail, right. No, I haven't had any issues with mail, with anyone else. I mean, I'm not sure if that's saying much since I don't get very much mail to begin with. I don't keep in correspondence with a lot of people, but
It's enough, Miss Crystal, because it means that there's not a mail blackout on you. It's specifically Miss Cassie's mail to you that's been going.
Yes, it appears to be so. I haven't had any of my other mail disappear.
Okay.
Good to clarify.
I just can't believe someone would be quick enough to catch a buddy plane before it gets to where it's going. That's incredible to me.
Sorry, that was me, the person, not any of my characters. I think Crystal has sort of put her pen down, and this is fascinating, but are we any closer to actually finding who did this?
There are links. There are links and there are relations. 5 links so far. Possibly less. And Lynn is now just full on she's almost slightly gone into her head as she's figuring out this corkboard of a situation. Just out magic with a condition probably on Are you related to our king? I almost want to roll an intelligence to see if there are any connections that you the DM, like, alas, I am very dumb.
No, you're all good.
You're not.
You're
We're just
not
not
dumb.
professional detectives, Vwild.
I am having so much fun, I do tell you that.
This is not easy. I can tell you that much. I made it hard. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're welcome to roll things.
Lynn, why? But yeah. I hope you know, I cycle between my dice because I go, you're too lucky today. The monkey's allowed a dumb moment. Apparently, the thing dice gave me a nat 20.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Nat 20. Wow. Okay.
And from the thing, okay, wowza.
The
The thing dice is very nice. It's her very old brain.
I'm trying to figure out what to tell you because that's a nat 20.
How much is too much?
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of sus going on here right now. And you are obviously still missing big pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That you may not be able to find with the knowledge that the people present have. Like, there's definitely more you can get. Uh, um. Sorry, I'm just trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I'd said before, that you can definitely tell from last time that this is the work of a professional. It's very obvious. And the mail tampering also seems to be the work of a professional, even if it is hard to pinpoint why that might be the case. There's a good chance it's related to the magic stuff, but you still haven't worked out how it's connected to the magic stuff or how they would even know. I will also say, yes, you have also not thought of every angle. So far, you have been assuming that this has got something to do with her family history, which is where all of the plot stuff has been happening. But that is very suspicious, and there is obviously an ongoing plot there. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the thing that is happening right now.
Quite frankly, that is actually something Lynn has thought of just... Because she knows correlation does not equal causation on stuff. And she is realizing that, okay, so this is the family stuff that's happening. It could still be something outside of this. It could be something out of the left field. She understands plot twists, and she understands, well, this is an actor. This is an actor with co-workers. It could be that angle as well. So she is just here going... This case board has multiple angles. Multiple ways it could affect, multiple ways it can feature in. This is the work of professionals at a very, very high class level. Not the highest I've ever seen, but clearly skilled. We are missing too many angles to be here. There is more to this than just meets the eye.
Like, we haven't even figured out, like, a possible motive or anything, unless if it's related to the thing in Faruma, then stolen magic, yeah, okay. But if it's not...
Indeed.
What are the other options? The only other thing that we were thinking of was resolved, you said.
There's always other things.
What other thing?
Relation to Cassie's co-workers, a stage incident, I believe, is the politest term of putting it.
Oh, you mean the saboteur?
Mm-hmm.
I will say Dorian does not look happy at this. Like his face definitely clouded over when you brought this up, and Crystal is looking incredibly bewildered. Like, what?
Stagehands, Crystal. I know things. Okay, so
I know that she had a. What is this about a saboteur?
The opening night of her play. The actress who she replaced was trying to ruin the performance and make it look like it was Cassie's fault.
what happened to the saboteur again? Were they arrested?
You're talking 6 months ago. My brain doesn't remember.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
I can tell you that the police did get involved. She was barred from ever performing ever again. Maybe it was a while ago. She could be out now.
Chifley will say that.
Well, that's motive enough on some front.
It was intended to be reputation destroying, but her plan B, if all of the other things didn't work, was with intent to cause physical harm. Myself and a few others that had been invited to the opening performance intervened.
Good thing.
Sorry, Dorian was just gonna interject we were very lucky to have been able to have access to backstage to prevent a lot of it from happening. Otherwise, it very likely would have worked.
Skilled angle. Someone able to do those things. We might have to interrogate the co-workers, see if there's any angles there, suspicious activity on that front. Never like it when a kidnapping case takes longer than a week. Always gets muddled.
Chifley is frowning. He's not saying anything, but boy, is he frowning. And damn, it's cold.
Apologies. We will find her. I promise you that.
If I can do anything else, please let me know. I'm very fond of Cassie. I don't want any harm to come to her.
And the same goes for me. I want to do more. I don't know how much I can help, but the offer is there. It's all I can give. It seems to be all I can ever give.
You're doing enough. This is a difficult time and a very, very difficult situation that no one should be put into. You're all doing the best you can. Anquel is built on hope. At the end of the day, the best narratives do try and come through. We'll find her. If we need any further contact from you or further assistance, we will be in contact, I assure you. But we will bring her home.
Chifley will just nod.
Yeah.
Right.
Dorian's nodding too.
Okay.
You're welcome to roll another insight on Crystal if you'd like.
Yeah. She is rolling inside Crystal. She's also trying to figure out, holy shit, what do we do with Crystal? Do we leave you here, Crystal? Because I don't think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That is a family therapy problem which we are not qualified for.
Yeah. We are not qualified for this. If you like, we can throw gasoline on it, but
Yeah, there were some comments that Rai could have made that he didn't, because he's not
Yes.
an idiot.
we are grateful, Rai.
Yeah, she surprise, surprise, she still looks angry. And that her anger has definitely been directed towards Dorian the entire time she's been here. She definitely seems to I suppose skeptical is the best word for it, or maybe like unsurprised at his comment about like wanting to do more but not being able to, and definitely not the good kind of unsurprise.
That is me, the player. That is me, the player, just going, oh, yeah, it's family. Everything happens all of the time.
I will say
Right.
though, the
Yeah,
anger
personal note to ask later.
the anger is
Written in
definitely one way.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lynn will have a moment where she's just nodding over stuff. And it is a low hum to herself, and Rai, you can hear it just... Little Rai of mine? Anything to contribute? Anything left?
No ideas. Head empty.
It is a very good thing she's a trained professional. That she did not just... She knows how to keep an incredibly blank face. The fact that she said earlier just, I hate when a missing case takes longer than a week, was probably a bad idea. However, thought of the moment.
And it's not an unreasonable thing to dislike, because, like, I mean, the longer it takes, the more likely there's going to be complications and shit. So from a professional standpoint, as well as a exasperated, oh no, here we go again standpoint, perfectly valid sentiment.
From a professional standpoint, in Lynn's opinion, if the kidnapping case is straight away or within the first 2 days, that is her happy window. That is the good window. Unfortunately, this is Angst, and Angst likes taking weeks!
Yeah.
Rai
Only
will
aliens have the internet. We can't do anything for.
Ryan Haddy will have totally heard Lynn going off on this rant at least a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Fair.
From her side office. You couldn't have told us sooner, but no! It takes weeks, motherpackers! But yeah, she's just here going, okay. I think we've temporarily dried up our avenues here. I believe we should switch tacks periodically. Interrogate some people, the co-workers, see if we can find any leads on the actress front. Seeing as while actresses are barred, they can still find help, and vengeful people tend to do things. We'll see. Do not go out on any vigilante justice. And she's pointing at the people in this room because she knows toons.
Dorian is nodding. Crystal has a "what do you take me for" expression on her face.
Chifley does as well.
You will forgive me if I have seen the most straight-laced toons go absolutely off the handle in these things. It's apparently a whole plot device. It's impressive. But that said, thank you for the tea. The tea is actually untouched. I'm sorry.
Fair.
Probably
It's
a
been...
little too obvious to put an umbrella in it.
Exactly. Exactly. It's Rise mug has been like out of reach as well. Her hand has been around it, but she has not taken a single sip. It's just paranoia mode. But she's just like, thank you for the tea. Thank you for your time. We will be in contact. Also, a random note, there is a child in the building that is incredibly silent. That's it. I shall leave you to it.
Okay, tell you what I'm gonna do. Where's Missy's character sheet? Where are you? Where is your stealth? Why are you proficient in stealth?
Because she's a child!
Yeah, good point. I have Missy dice that I'm going to roll one.
That should be a trait of... That should be a trait of toon children, just proficiency in stealth, because I look at them.
Yeah. Why are all my rolls really shit today, no matter what I mean...
Maybe not the worst thing this time round. So is that against passive perception, or are we rolling for that?
I'll let you decide. I'm gonna roll perception for Chifley.
Well, it's definitely under Dorian's passive perception, so...
Lynn is not just a mother of rye, Mr. I'm gonna raid the biscuit tin. Lynn is a mother of network.
Well, yeah, good point. Also, yeah, I just checked Chifley's passive perception and it's less than that too. Missy has been trying to listen in because she was not convinced that what they had to talk about was not her. And so you kind of step out of the kitchen. Like Chifley will go first when Lynn said that there was a child in the building. They were quiet. He'll go first, and she's just sort of trying to hide beside the kitchen door. She's doing that really, that anime "I'm about to cry" where their entire eye just goes really, really wobbly all the way around. She's putting that face at him.
Oh. I don't know if you want Chifley to do anything, but if he looks like he's not going to, Dorian's going to scoop her up into a hug.
Chif will give her a look of sympathy, but not actively approach her just because he is emotionally compromised right now and very cold.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Physical comfort can come from Dorian, but he's definitely definitely feels for the poor kid.
Yeah, let's just say Dorian has experience in comforting children when he himself is hurting. So
fair enough.
That hurts my heart. I hope you know that.
I'm glad you told me. Sorry about that. Also not sorry. But yeah, scoop her up and hey, little miss, what you doing out here?
Nothing. I'm fine.
You're fine, huh?
Yep.
Then I suppose you don't want to help me make cookies?
I would like to do that.
Yeah, well, I hadn't quite decided on the type to make yet. Do you have any suggestions?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Oh, that's a very good choice. In fact, I think it's the perfect choice, and I think we might even have enough peanut butter to make them. And he's basically going to distract her with mundane stuff for now.
Cool. Chifley will sigh slightly, and he has just a little puff of frost that just comes out of his mouth at the same time. And then he walks over to the door, ready to open it so his guests can depart.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all of this. We will resolve this.
We'll wait to hear from you.
Thank you. And she kind of wants to say something about the design because as someone who also deals with emotional based stuff related to their design, she's looking at this going, that's probably not good, but also this is not the place for me to say.
Lynn Chifley
Also-
FPS some other time, maybe?
Yes, some other time. But she does just tip the hat and just go, all right, junior detective, moving out. Crystal, would you like to come with? We can escort you to somewhere else you would feel comfortable if you would like.
Yes, I would like that. I do not
Very
know
well.
where.
Do you have other friends? I mean, I know that Eddie, Mighty, and Mo said a really mean thing about you not having many, but
Oh, that comment.
You're getting a slight look at that one. Just my son, my son.
That comment. Okay. I probably do need to roll this.
Do you want a bardic inspiration die?
Nope. Okay.
Is this a deception?
It might be.
I got my
Bitchy
insight.
thought.
Let's. Come on, guys. I rolled 3 different ones today. Can we have some good ones, please?
Try using dice passer, just for a joke. Try using dice passer.
I'm not making this shit up. I tried asking it nicely, politely, and I got a fucking nat 1.
I love you.
Okay, we're in dice passer territory. God, that's depressing. See what happens, won't we?
Come on, dice passer, be nice.
I'm not going to re-roll that insight, but like,
Oh, okay.
I'll save it for the next thing.
I mean,
just
it might be honestly kind of perfect given what Rai just said.
I mean, he was he's not necessarily tactful. He only has a +1 to his charisma.
Yeah, that comment hit extra hard right now. There's a very
There's music going on.
What he was trying for was, I know this is what Erm said, but it was mean, so I assume you've got other friends.
Yeah, there might have been some truth to that. Also, it might be extra to at the moment because she had a fight with him.
He doesn't know that.
No, I know.
I had forgotten, actually.
I know, that's what makes it so good. I haven't gotten permission for this, but the only other person who came to mind when Lynn asked if she had anyone else she could stay with was TOC and Juniper.
Okay, if you give those names, like, does she say them out loud? Because Lynn actually knows one of them.
She probably does say, well, I mean, I do know TOC and Juniper, but I wouldn't want to intrude.
Juniper Pubble?
Yes. Yes, big dog.
Yes, I'm incredibly familiar. We're acquainted. Yeah. She's a wonderful puppy. It'll work. It'll work for now. I'll escort you there. If need be, I'll explain the situation to her, but yeah. She's a good call. Thank God it's not Halloween still, because otherwise, bless you, it would be something. It it is it's a whole thing for her for the entire month. I've known her for years. It's her whole thing. I mean, she did make me this jumper.
She does that every year?
Yes. Yes. On the plus side, jumper. It's comfy. It's good on the design. And she is just, as this is happening, she is just like escorting Crystal like out, just hat tip to Chifley, just she's doing her best to make this a bit lighthearted, and she's also just going, yeah, okay, we're getting you to the puppy. The puppy time. Puppy's good. Puppy's good.
I'll have to drop that on Author and Babble later. Guess what? You guys have another housemate for the moment.
Yeah, for a hot moment, you've got a little crystal lady.
Also, given the time, how is everyone doing?
I'm good.
I'm good.
We good to
do you
keep
mind if
going, or did we want a break?
Yeah.
Or
Do you mind if I take a minute to quickly brew a cuppa?
yeah, that's fine.
That was the most British thing I've ever said.
It's pretty up there. It's not a bad idea though, because my drunk tea is very cold, so a top up.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, 5 minutes. Meet back up here.
all right, sounds good to me.
All right.
Cool. See you guys then.
Hmm. Tag of my tea bag fell in my tea. First. Yeah, I'm having peppermint. Is a good tea. When the tag doesn't decide to fall into the beverage. Now it is wet. I'm very lucky at my work. My boss's favourite tea is Earl Grey. I always have Earl Grey at work, which I'm not complaining about. You're divorced. You didn't get into an affair with Lady Grey, chance. I reckon that would sour any relationship. I do.
Hello.
Like Grey. It's very nice. Hello.
I have returned.
We're talking about tea.
Ooh, tea. Tea is delightful.
What was that thing you were
doesn't
saying before about sounding really English?
Hey, we do love a good cuppa.
Yep.
Right. Ooh, Earl Grey. Jew, you have good taste.
No, I was telling Dupe that that we have Earl Grey as our tea of choice at work because it's my boss's favourite tea.
You divorced the Earl. Oh my word.
How are you?
Nice. We're good. Oh, by the way, I do have one thing of just I texted Babel in the break because that is my sibling, Your Honor. Yeah, yeah, Crystal, you're gonna get doted on.
Oh.
It's literally Lynn can just like drop you off on the doorstep, just like, yeah, you're in good hands. All right, we're off. And it brings me no end of joy that I'm just able to kick in my siblings' DMs and go, hey, guess what?
Depending on who Babel is playing on Friday, this might give me a perfect excuse as how Crystal ends up at the start of Dew's game.
Oh, you're playing Crystal in that?
Yes, I am.
Oh my god!
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This is gonna be fun.
I know exactly who Babel's playing on that day, and I'm amused to no end.
Oh, good.
I look at you, Dew, and I shake you because I have concerns. It's going to be a delightful game. Oh, there's the devil face. You wonderful bastard. I love you. All right. I'm here. I'm back. I have my many, many notes, including my shorthand. I do love how Lynn can write ambidextrous. It is
so
delightful.
There's got to be a word for, like, tail as well. Like, she's not just ambidextrous.
Well, technically, Lynn can write with her hands, with her feet, and use her tail to just grab extra notes.
Amazing.
She doesn't. She could use her tail to write. She prefers otherwise because while it's prehensile, it's not. It's a thick limb.
Yeah.
However, she does just have fun with it. And also, everyone just goes, huh, right hand, that's what people normally write with, and that's on the table. Meanwhile, Lynn, you have been fooled by my dead hand. You've been fooled by my dead hand.
She's a show-off.
Actually, as a left-handed, it is amazing how many comments I get about it. Like, my favorite one is, wow, you drew all of that with your left hand?
God.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can't.
I wrote it with. I drew it with my mouth.
That would probably be pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it would. Seeing artists do that, it is damn cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway.
Alright. Ready when you are.
Yep, we ready to
Yeah.
go. I did not pause OBS, so everything that was said in the break is on recording.
Yeah.
Just talking
Same,
about
because
tea and
we
divorce.
we stare at we stare at stuff that's happened in the past, and we just go, we're just not shut up.
Fair.
No.
Anyway, we are back, and what are you guys up to now? You have dropped Crystal off with Big Puppy and Chicken.
With the chicken that Lynn still needs to have a conversation with at some stage and give the shovel talk to.
Oh,
Another
yeah,
day.
TOC hangs out with Marigold as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. God. Anquil is so big but so small.
Yup.
Well, I guess Ryan and Lynn are going to try and track down the theatre troupe.
Mm-hmm.
And Rye is going to be talking out loud as they go there because he is still trying to make all of this make sense in his brain because he is still learning.
She will actively encourage it. She does loop her tail around him, and he will notice it. It's a softer day today, and she will just go, okay, walk and talk, babble and ramble. I'll make sure we don't, knock into a lamppost. I've done that before. My mentor used to laugh at me.
This is so soft.
I mean, it's a classic gag, so it makes sense for him to. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the case. It's making my head hurt. We got professionals who have kidnapped someone who may not have any enemy except for maybe this actress, and if the timing just seems really weird, because if it wasn't related to the Faruma stuff, then why now?
Indeed, if we knew a specific idea of when the actress got out, if the actress aligned with stuff, that would be interesting. But we can only assume that as one angle. It's the hardest part of being a detective. Narrowing while also understanding the angles. You don't want to follow a goose trail too long. So we got the actress, we got Faruma, we got Lau is blind. That could be a potential, but something in me wants to tell me that that's not the right path to take. We'll shake that down if we lose all other trails.
Miss Crystal's cousin said that he was a good person, so
Yeah.
it's probably not our highest priority to talk to him.
Precisely. Good on you. You're prioritizing. I'm proud. Alright, so the Faruma case, I'm gonna be blunt. If it's a Faruma case, I have got people on the docks and such, including Tarp. He's currently on the smuggling ring out there. If she was in that sort of situation, she would likely be halfway to Faruma at this point, so fingers crossed that's not the path.
I've never
So
been to
we're going-
Faruma.
I'm not okay, as a detective, the parts I know are cesspit. It's I know a couple of people that we know are currently out there. Why the hell they're in that place? But then again, it's related to Decimal, so of course it is. But anyway, just God's bless, I have got to talk to that one at some stage. But anyway, change in track.
Slight tilt of the head from Rye. He doesn't know who Decimal is.
Yeah.
What are you talking about Decimal around Rye? He doesn't know why.
Yeah, and she refuses to talk about Decimal for multiple reasons. She's not gonna clarify. But there is just okay, so hopefully it's not Katadana, otherwise that's a horrific set of circumstances we're not thinking of. So it could be a Faruma relation, it could be the actress angle, it could be another entity altogether. It could be someone who's overheard things about her wild magic, but at the same time, coincidences are a thing. We might be following a red herring on that one. But the fact that it happens at the same time is Damn interesting. Let's see if we can pick up any angles here. Or is there anything you'd like to add, right? I mean, come on, junior detective. Let's get a ramble.
I got nothing else until we talk to her coworkers. I mean, the whole thing is making my brain get dizzy.
I admit it does that even to the best of us at times. It's this old corkboard in this head. And she does full on just tap the side of her head, just go. It gets a little wrapped up in strings at some points.
I've
Yeah.
seen your case boards, yeah.
Oh, that's nothing on what's on in here, right? It's
I'm just picturing
I
grab the top of her head and open it, gag, and there's just
yeah. Lynn is just straight up just going, yeah, the case boards in my head can be 3-dimensional. Boom. I've tried. You've possibly seen it in my office from time to time. It's why I don't allow you to go into the office when I get into a really big case. It gets every wall. It's fun.
Rye is now pondering how to build a 3D case board. He is a carpenter, so he is pondering, could I build that?
Don't try it until you've got a bit more case practice. You will get tangled in it. we don't talk about that incident.
Oh, okay. Let's go talk to the theater people and
Wait.
we can find out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't make you roll because this is Lynn and she is a stagehand.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should be able to find it just fine.
Yes. She does literally. Lynn does because of her net. It is actually part of her background feature that she knows a ridiculous amount of people and can get those connections. But it is just okay. Theatre name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know a few people who work there. Come on.
Yeah, I think I just called it the Toontown Performance Company, so.
Yep. We love to see it. We love to see it, quite frankly.
Yep. So you make your way there. I don't have an exact position for you about where it is. It's probably in the probably towards the center of Toontown. Definitely in the
Saying it's in
entertainment.
Toontown is perfectly sufficient.
Yeah.
I gesture at Toontown. I gesture empathetically at Toontown.
But yes, it's a big like theater hall area that it's not the main stage area, it's the place that they practice. Yeah. But
Right.
you'd be able to come up to like it probably has a reception area and introduce yourselves.
I'm just gonna, because Lynn is a professional, before she goes in, she's gonna roll in her hammer space. Hey! Because you do not do that in the middle of the reception. You've gotta have class. She does pull out, like, from hammer space and then put it in her proper pocket. Her badge, because she actually is a licensed detective. She doesn't work with the police, but she does actually have stuff where she can make arrests and stuff. So she does have an actual ID.
Nice.
And so it's just, okay, stay with me. Walks in, goes to reception, flashes the badge and goes, Detective Little Lynn stagehand and Junior Detective Little Rye stagehand. We are here in relation to a case in relation to one of your actors, Ms. Cassie. We need to talk to certain people that she would be affiliated with, as well as possibly others.
And the receptionist is going to blink and write down the hall. They should be practicing. Well, it's the performance group that she's a part of, so everyone there will know her. If you're looking for anyone in particular, Mux Marius is the choreography master, director. That's the Swan UPN Toon, and Miss Huffman is the head of backstage. Rubber Hose Toon, Horse Toon. I I think her agent is also here currently. Yes. Anyway, all of them down that hall.
Okay. Final question before we go. As reception you often see a lot of things. Has there been any suspicious activity around this building recently? Anyone trying to get in, or just in general something reported?
Well, I can't tell you any suspicious people that I can recall, but if you're investigating Cassie Trebleclef, you are aware she no longer works here, right?
Nope.
I not. No.
Right,
When did
writing that down.
when did that happen specifically?
She called in 2 weeks ago to quit.
2 weeks ago, you say?
Yes, family medical emergency, she said. Wasn't sure when she would be able to pick up work again.
See. I'm going to roll deception to see how well Lynn is able to keep up the detective thing on. That is not at all concerning. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, she's fine. That is
Come
a
on, roll on
20.
for Rye. Let's see what Rye can do. He's only learning, but we'll find out. Oh, that's right, I was going to use Dice Parser, wasn't I? That is average pants. I had forgotten. Dice Parser. Try that.
I mean, you're welcome to
We'll
try
see.
with Dice Passer if you would like.
Okay, sure, why not? That's worse.
Oh, the dice just don't like you today. I'm sorry.
Apparently not. I'll take the 10.
Oh, I'm so bad. I feel so bad for laughing. It's. Oh.
That's pretty funny. It happened.
No, we got to laugh at this point. It's just Whiz. I'm sorry. Whiz, I'm stealing all your dice luck. All of the dice luck belongs to me today. I crunch on it.
Apparently so. You've been doing real well, and here I am trying 3 different and Dice Parser, and I keep coming up shit.
Misfortune's having a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah.
But I see. Thank you for clarifying this information for us. I'm sure all will resolve itself in the end.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good day. And just walking through, following the directions.
I mean, it's pretty easy. It's just like go to the left, down the hall, the door at the end, and it leads into like a big area. There's like a lot more doors off of here, but like for the most part, it's a big open space where there's a bunch of people practicing. You've got like there's a piano set up and a bunch of people like around it. There's some others on the other side who are obviously doing a like dance routine. A bunch of other like people running about. You can pretty easily spot Mix the Swan UPN tune because they are calling out the dance steps very loudly as they is like 1, 2, 3, 4, no tighter turns, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Riley, you're off beat, and things like that.
Oh, this brings back memories.
Rye's just sitting there going, ooh, theater.
Lynn's just remembering her childhood with the Stagehand's family and the other 3 families of most theatres. Just she's just nostalgia. Okay, Case.
I've been in a theater before.
I gotta take you to more theatre productions. They are good. They are good. Hopefully not a murder mystery one. Those tend to, in Inkwell, they tend to go, oh, it's a murder mystery. Oh my god, it's an actual murder. It keeps happening. Keeps happening. Getting real sick of murder mysteries.
Yeah, something a little bit more lighthearted, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We'll figure something out on that front. It'll be nice.
Go
Sounds
see a
fun.
comedy, perhaps.
Yeah.
Go see a nice comedy. Or something in Halloween Town. Halloween Town does actually have a theatre.
Ooh.
Nice.
I heard the opera there.
I
course you
feel
did.
like Halloween Town would have absolutely fantastic opera.
Yes, exactly. But we're getting sidetracked, so Lynn is just gonna go, okay, there's that one. Can she spot the rubber hose horse?
Yes. Rubber Hose Horse is probably over by like the soundboard stage area. Checking equipment. There's a few other tunes running back and forth that seem to be helping them. But honestly, seems to be a pretty chill day because backstage people don't have as much to do when it's practice.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to talk to the backstage person or the director first? Also, you should probably say hello first because you got your badge.
Indeed, that I have. On the plus side, we are actually wearing, the right coats to be here.
Yeah.
Right. The directors normally get a bit grouchy when you go at them when they're doing in the middle of a performance. When they're on break, yes. See if you can take a spot for Cassie's agent. Apparently they were here. Let's go talk to Hoofman.
Okay.
I mean, you're welcome to roll a perception if you would like.
I will
She
attempt.
she's absolutely going to roll a perception as well. Just to get a general vibe of this place. How would that be an insight instead? Actually, just
But that's probably an insight. Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
all
lot
right.
better.
Decent roll!
a decent roll. A decent roll.
That was a
All right.
perception.
All right. That is. Hey, you've done. I think. No, not. We've got the same on perception, and I shall roll insight now. Okay. Nice. All right. Do you want an 18, or an 18?
Okay. Well, I'll start with the 18. I'll start with the perception. I imagine Rai is just got eyes everywhere because this is cool and new and exciting, and Lynn because this is very familiar, so she sort of knows what to look out for. Like I said, it's very busy. There is a lot of people around. There seem to be in clusters. Most of them are over with like doing the dance. There is a few who are sort of separated next to the piano, and then a few others doing like going through some sort of scene together, practicing lines. In total, there seems to be roughly 20-ish cast members, plus the teachers, and then a few others that seem to be part of the backstage crew who are again sort of running back and forth, like looking at trying out the lights, trying out the sound, checking over the microphones and the props and all of that sort of stuff. You also notice that there is a very short toon man with a long nose, who seems fairly out of place in that he's not a performer. He definitely looks like a suit. who's standing close to the choreography master to sort of observe the like main group. Yes. As for the words, insight, everything for the most part seems normal. Like, this is obviously something that everyone here is familiar with, and like most of them are going through the motions and stuff like that. Like, there's nothing off in that regard. You do get the air of a couple of people maybe being off kilter, maybe like given how far along in the production point that they are a little bit more off balance than they should be at this point in time.
Shall we take a note of that? She's got her assumption of it's related to, Cassie being gone, but it might be something else.
Hey,
Fair.
Mom, do you think
Hmm?
that's Cassie's agent over there? That guy? With the nose?
Okay.
I want to describe him as corporate art style.
Oh, he's shut us.
I gotta admit that is high key amusing. Thank you, Rye. But she's just going, yeah, we got props. I think that's a Talenti over there. We got a few stagehands. Oh, designs. Haven't seen that family in a while. Good on them. And then we got, nose. They're a suit. And where there's a suit, it's normally an agent sort of thing. They stick out like a sore thumb among us ranks. Alright. What do you see of the actors, Rye?
Haven't
I'm gonna use this as a...
been for a while? They almost seem like they only just started.
So something has thrown them off balance.
Cassie leaving?
Perhaps. It's
I mean,
honestly...
she was their new star actress or something, wasn't she?
It's a very good assumption to make. Don't cross out everything, but yeah, I think that's a good angle. Alright. Make sure to keep your detective stuff on show for this. Otherwise, we might get swept up in the family. Hi, cousin. Anyway. there is at least one person who's just been going, fellow stagehand.
I'm just imagining that someone during this entire thing has spotted like Lynn and just like waving from the other side of the room, and it's been getting more and more dramatic the longer that she hasn't been responding.
She looks back and she makes dead eye contact, grins, enthusiastically waves, and there is a pop of Grawlix off of her. No noise, just happy exclamation mark.
Oh, Rye will do it too. Rye will see it and then see the other stagehand in the corner and be like, family!
There is the mutual family relation there, just hello. And then she does empathetically point to her hat, just with her tail just on a case.
Oh my god, I love
And then she's back in business mode, but it was just, yes, family.
I love stagehand.
I
so
feel
much.
like I should roll for some of the people to see how they're doing. I don't want to roll for this many people.
Suffer heart emoji.
All right. I might do.
I've seen people do it as a general crowd, and then like a important person, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was thinking probably 4 roles. One for agent, director, head of stagehand, and then just a general crowd one.
No, roll for all 20 people. Do it.
mean, in total, there's probably closer to 30.
Good. There is also totally under her breath, Rai, you will totally hear. I can see the props and the designs and Talenti's. As a stagehand, I want to start shit, but I won't.
Huh?
There are multiple families that work behind sets. Long story. They basically started out same time as Uncle Old Tort did. It's rather fun. We like messing with the Talentis. The props are great. We bowl them. We bowl them for sport.
Oh.
I love that. I love that game. It's great.
You'll have to give
that
me all the
tracks.
details later, I think.
I will. I have got so much to tell you on that front.
Well,
I
that
forget sometimes.
did not work. But I can do the math. So that's a 22, a 3, a 23, and a 6.
God, the crowd is not doing well.
No, the crowd, I would say with that roll, most of them are way too focused on what they're doing. Maybe a couple of them have sort of seen newcomers and are like glancing, but like it's, well, they look like stagehands, so not paying them too much attention at this stage. Likewise, the director has not glanced your way in the slightest. But the agent and the head stagehand have definitely noticed you. The agent seems to be paying you attention, but is not going anywhere. Like they're not moving towards or away from you. But the rubber hose horse toon is definitely heading towards you.
Mm-hmm.
What are these stagehands doing and not working?
I think with that, because that was a 23, that's enough to notice that, yes, you look like stagehands, but you're not any of their stagehands, so...
Mm-hmm. She does see them coming, and Lynn is actually very much on the polite front of just, yep, okay. Yeah, you look after the stagehands. Hopefully you're nice. If you're not nice, I remove your knees. But actually, she's not saying that out loud, but she's done it before and she'll do it again. It's just she does give a tip of the detective hat as she sees them coming and just goes, apologies, I did not catch pronouns earlier. Mix Hoofman, I presume?
Ms. Hoofman. It's Mux Marius is the director.
Thank you for clarifying.
And you would be?
My name is Detective Lil Lynn Stagehand, and this is Junior Detective Little Rai Stagehand. We're here in relation to a case we're currently running in relation to, Cassie?
Cassie Trebleclef?
That's the one.
Alright. Hit me with it.
Yeah, well, you're used to stagehands dropping blunt stuff on you, so Cassie's missing.
Well, I suppose it could be worse.
Mm-hmm, indeed. Unfortunately, we do suspect foul play. There is an element to everything here. We're trying to narrow down our bases, get the suspects in order, and best place to come is a place of work, which, well, we have found out recently, certain factors on that front, but always good to get to the source.
Yes, I assume then at the very least, the receptionist has told you that she no longer works for us.
Indeed, that has been clarified for us.
That's good, then. Yes, 2 weeks ago, what other information do you need from me? And, do you want me to get Marius?
Judging by vibes, they're probably not going to be too delighted if we cut performance. We can wait until they have to take a retake.
Perhaps. Marius is short-tempered, but good-hearted. Might bluff and bluster, but honestly, if you don't want the... it'll become gossip sooner or later, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than happy to disrupt things as much as necessary.
Things seem to be, put it bluntly, backstage to backstage, a bit off kilter at the moment. Is it in relation to the... I'm sure not many people would notice. It's just grew up in this sort of area.
Stagehand from the coats. And the name. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And the enthusiastic waving.
Yes. Biggest reason I noticed you. Yes. She was our lead. And it was definitely unexpected. The reason why so many people are off kilter is because we are currently running through replacements for her. Auditions, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And I'm presuming she's difficult to replace. What was she like as a character? And I do mean that as in a person. Good with the backstage? Good with her co-workers? Any conflicts that you would have seen?
She didn't have many conflicts from what I saw. Always very polite, always very friendly. She was polite to both her co-workers and like the fellow dancers and the stagehands. More so and to take a fair amount of interest in our work as much as the routines. Always punctual, always had all of her choreography and lines down pat. She was dedicated and well liked and very talented. We were all fairly sad to hear her go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Who did she talk to when she resigned? Did she resign through you or through the director or her agent or someone else?
She resigned through the receptionist. I believe she called in. She has not been in for 3 weeks. She took some time off about 3 weeks ago for some family stuff that she needed to sort out, and then called in the 2 weeks like 2 weeks ago with the news that she wasn't coming back. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that she also contacted her agent, but he would be able to tell you more on that front.
Is that him?
And Rye will point.
Yep, that's the one. Douglas Medea runs he's an agent for the GM agency.
GM agency. Huh. A good one? How does he get on with everyone else?
I mean, he's professional, good at his job. Suit.
Gods. Like, the moment the word professional was used, it was immediately, buzzword. It's like a teacher saying that's very interesting of you.
I mean, he's effective, but professional.
I'm sure they're going to be a delight to talk to. The urge to swear rises. But anywho. Come on, with stagehands, we gotta say pick at least twice a week.
It's like a
Yes.
medical condition almost.
I would love to see you try and break his persona.
I so want to. I so want to, but I am. I am a professional. I am a professional, and I got it under control. I am a stagehand at heart, but I wear the hat today.
The responsibilities of being in charge.
Indeed. No rest for the weary. But seems as though everything's going good behind the scenes. At least, has there been any, besides, well, auditions and every such, any suspicious activity or even any one auditioning that seems a bit out of character, unusual?
No. I mean, as far as toons go, everyone is unusual to some extent, but
That's a fair point.
not unusual for this scene. We haven't had any incidents since November.
Ah, yes, I did hear about that.
Is everybody auditioning for Miss Cassie's part someone that was in the troupe already, or is this external auditions?
Bit of both. Most likely the part will go to someone inside, but there is some people from outside that are getting a shot as well. With your eye, you might even be able to pick them out.
Indeed. It's a good place here. From what I can recall, normally gets good reviews from the family. Happy to see it. Alright. Oh.
There's the very serious look as she nods him. I take good care of my people.
We appreciate it. Not all do. It's good to see a good one. Alright. Let's see how stuff goes. Moment there's a break, we seize the agent.
I mean, if it's a break you're looking for, I can be of service. And I think she is going to stride over to where the dancers are going, and Marius, you might want to take a break for a moment. There is a need of you. And the swan's like, but we are very well.
God, I love the backstage.
It's fun. I've never been backstage properly before. I mean, my play doesn't really count. How I fit Uncle Staniel and Hugh and March in the theater all at once. It's not a lot of room.
Toon physics. Toon physics and the desire to have something done.
It's like a clown car.
Indeed. Remind me at some stage. I know Auntie Mal's been wanting to grab you for a day. We'll see if we can make something work on that front.
Oh, adorable.
Also,
if you think now is busy, wait till you get to actually close to the production time where they start working with the costumes and the props and everything.
Oh yeah, no. Lynn straight up is looking at that stuff and just going, "It's busy, but it's not busy."
Not legit busy.
Alright. One, agent, whatever you do, don't call them nose. They would.
So
Douglas.
I'm going to resist the urge. Don't worry.
Agent Medea. Douglas Medea. Right?
I might stick with just a sir. That might be better.
Yeah. I'll admit, that's what my mentor taught me after I kept on going, what's up, mother picker?
And a move that surprises nobody.
Hey! Light bap with the tail. Alright. Let's go across the swan.
So, who are you approaching?
They were both together originally, right? The agent and I forget the director, right? Choreographer?
Director
Marius.
slash choreographer, both. Because I can't be bothered making them separate people.
Well, seeing as they're a UPA and they can split their design, so
Yep.
alright. I have made a note on my sheet. I have nice notes today.
Yes,
But
Marius has called a break, telling them to go, get drinks, and they better be back in like 10 minutes on the dot, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And is sort of having Hoofman is having a slight bit of trouble, like every time that they're almost done, is like, no, wait, back, and like yelling something else out before like being tugged along and just rolling her eyes. The agent has continued to stand next to them, but has continued to observe the two of you.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, yeah. Lynn's gonna stride up. She has got her shoulders back. It is probably slightly different to most stagehands in how they are going to their destination. Just that sort of stuff. It's just, nah. She's got the confidence of a detective nowadays. She's been doing this for over 8 years now. And that's officially.
Yeah.
Just, Director Marius, Agent Medea.
Pleasure. And the agent tilts his head.
My name is Detective Lillian Stagehand. This is my apprentice, Junior Detective Little Rise Stagehand.
At your service.
We are here in relation to a case related to Cassie, and I keep forgetting her and me personally, me the Vwild, keep forgetting how to pronounce her surname. Thank you.
Yeah.
The missing case of Cassie Trebleclef. She's been reported missing recently. We're covering our bases on such matters. We were hoping to have a word with you both.
That definitely gets some surprised looks from both of them, like the sort of straightening. Oh, okay, this is serious sort of matter. And the director goes, well, of course, any service we may be of.
Mm-hmm. Main matters, we've managed to cover a few bases at least. I wanted to clarify that it was 3 weeks ago she called out, 2 weeks ago she resigned, yes?
Yes. She let us know 3 weeks ago that she was taking some time off due to a family matter that she hoped would be resolved soon, but wasn't sure when. And then 2 weeks ago, called up to resign. Such a tragedy, too. Such talent.
Did she speak to either of you directly?
Well, no, she did not speak to me directly. And the agent pipes up. She did call me. I got to speak to her directly, or at least over the phone.
Mm-hmm. And how long ago was this, and what state was she in? Was there anything you noted as distinctive?
Well, it's Sorry, I'm still finding my voice, the voice for this guy. So,
You're good.
I'm not really one to pry. 2 weeks ago, Sunday or Monday, she called up to let me know that she had quit her role in the production and wanted to suspend her use of our agency. I pushed her for a little bit more information, and she told me that it was some health issues that had come up, and she wasn't sure when she would be able to resume her performance career, so she didn't want to let anyone else down. I did not pursue the matter after that. Personal affairs, I got the impression of, but I did tell her that she would always be welcome back whenever she was ready. She definitely seemed upset over the phone.
I see.
Was the
Yes?
agency responsible for paying for her apartment, or was that theater troupe?
No, that's theatre troupe. And the Swan Toon nods. We we recommend places of board, but we pay all of our workers, and she would be paying for her apartment through the money that she earned over the last performance.
So did she? So was her paying? Is words get around the right way? So after she resigned, you were still paying for her apartment, or was she paying that herself after that?
No, we do not pay for our performers' apartments. They pay for it themselves. Um, we do recommend places that we can account for the budgets likely for our performers, but they are welcome to make the choice of where they live for themselves.
Oh, I got the impression that someone else was paying. Okay.
That might have been my mistake.
It's good to clarify. Not follow the wrong train of.
No, the place that she's living was one of the places that was like, hey, these areas do got our stamp of approval. We know they have good places for good prices and are in good locations to reach stuff, but we're not paying for you.
Okay.
So there would be a lot of like performers who lived in that apartment building, but that's all by choice.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
And she'd had no conflicts with anyone before then? No issues anywhere else? Anything, even not directly related to her? Have there been any incidents around here recently?
Recently? Sorry. Voice. Who am I playing now? Recently, no.
I'm presuming November is the most recent out of everything?
Yes. If you are asking about Rena, then she has not been allowed back here, and she knows it.
Has she tried?
If she has, I have not heard of it.
Are you able to give us details about that incident?
I think Hoffman answers that. It was the opening night of the Nutcracker of Swan Lake. Cassie had gotten the principal performer along with Riley, and she will point out a cat toon who's chatting with some of the other dancers, who had the partner role, and had replaced Rena as the main performer before that. Rena was her understudy, and we were aware that there was some negative feelings on the behalf of Rena before that, but it was not until the performance that we realized how far she had taken it. There was several sabotage attempts, costuming, props, a sound stage, as well as the sabotaging the supports of the chandelier.
Oh, that could have gone bad.
Very serious nod. I would prefer. We would prefer you kept that information on the down low from the performers. They are aware of the sabotage nature, but not quite to the extent.
Of course. I completely understand. Was the nature of it, I mean, your actress must have had a in-depth understanding of quite a few things to be able to do so. Was she working alone?
As far as we were able to tell, yes.
Do you know any details about each of the different sabotage attempts?
Alright,
What she tried specifically?
I can give me a moment to let me get my notes. I think
I have this
probably.
unfortunate position of my brain has just gone, oh, I remember a thing, but I was Chifley at the time.
That's
Fuck.
fair. That's fair. Hoofman probably pulls out from Hammerspace some notes. Let's see. Come on, you can go faster than that. There was and we'll point out tampering with the sound desk with a part that stopped the music from playing. That was the first thing that was noticed by the stagehands and alerted everyone to the fact that something was off, and and I believe Hoofman was the one to authorize the party of the adventure party to access backstage to have a look around, on the
The people.
premise of
The,
them not disrupting the performance in the process.
so this was happening at the same time as the play.
There's a nod. Neither of them
Huh.
look happy about that. There was dye stains and uh like stitching loosened and cut and stuff from some of the costumes, which was fixed with mending and prestidigitation. A large unused prop downstairs had been set to fall on someone when the chorus members were getting changed in the break between the acts, which would have only caused minor injuries at most. And there were strands of pink hair found. Strands of pink hair and glittery eyeshadow found nearby, which was the setup to make it seem like Cassie had been the one to do it. and then the chandelier on the catwalk above had been tampered with so that it would drop when called down in the final act.
That sounds like it could do someone a lot of harm.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the dropping chandelier gag is a thing, but that could still really badly hurt somebody.
Its reality ensues would have likely occurred at that point. Hate those. Hate those when those happen. Alright. And, Actress Rena, these dies, were they ones that were easy to access? We're trying to isolate something and see if she would have ability to access certain things that are a bit less on the casual market.
Again, Huffman answers. It was a combination of. It was feather dye. Not unheard of for the performance area, though on the more high quality end, definitely easy enough to get. But Rena does come from more money than many of the others here.
Oh? What kind of background? Is there a family situation there? Old money? New money?
Don't really keep track of that sort of stuff, but
Wow.
I think her father is in business of some sort, makes enough, spoils her rotten. You know the sort.
That I do. That I do. But not a family wealthy enough to perhaps target as retribution.
What
No,
about the
see-
sound disc doodad? Would that be expensive? Or legal? At those?
The sound desk device was a lot less common. Still, you would probably need connections to get it, but not necessarily of the shady sort. You believe that Rena might be the one responsible for the disappearance?
We are not ruling anything out at this time. As it stands, Cassie, or Miss Trebleclef, seems as though she was someone who was well liked, well known, very decent at her job, very difficult to replace. There might have been jealousy, or in the case of this, if someone's going as far as to pull a real showstopper up high, as the old saying goes, they might resort to other things when slighted. We don't want to believe it, but we need to cover bases.
Well, I will tell you this much then. I
Mm-hmm.
do not want to influence the case.
Of course
I do
not.
not know enough details. But upon discovery of this stuff, she was banned from ever performing with us again, and we spread that knowledge to other companies. No one will take her anymore.
A blacklist.
Yes. If she was willing to go to those lengths before, I would not put it past her to be willing to go to further lengths now.
Alright.
Was she arrested?
Well, she was. But since no one got injured, she was not. And with the high standing of her father, she was not in there for very long. Beginning of this year, sometime she got out.
Enough time to stew? Is it enough time to boil? Alright.
That's at least
Right.
like a month and a bit.
It's enough time to start concocting things potentially. We do not want to rule anything. And while this is all going on, can Lynn roll insight or perception to see... Basically, she's saying, A, is anyone listening? And B, what's the general vibe of people? Like, is anyone trying to hide a reaction?
Oh, go for it.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna try with dice pass.
Hell yeah!
Still behave. Hey, 16! We're doing well.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Wait. Hell yeah!
I mean,
Nice.
well, you definitely have the attention of the three in front of you, but, I mean, maybe there would be a bit more worry if you didn't. You are definitely getting looks from a lot more people now. The sort of, something's happening, something's going on. Oh, wait, she's making eye contact with me. Look away, I wasn't looking. And definitely whispers starting up, like, and pointing and that sort of thing. There is a variety of reactions. You have some people who are like trying to steadfastly ignore what's happening because no, not my business. You have people who are like glancing every now and then and frowning, like worried what's this about, is what's happened, sort of thing. And then you have the delightful gossipers. Oh, this is going to be news.
Well, at least it's not anyone high-key suspicious on that front. Just
No.
you always want to try and guess if there is an accomplice who's still somewhere. But it's just okay.
You're not getting anything out of the ordinary from the people. All the people in the background.
Is there any difference in reactions between the people who are part of the troop and people that aren't?
Yes, a little bit. The people who are in the troop seem to be less surprised or confused by the presence of new people, whereas the people who are not part of the troop just seem to be more curious than anything. I can't tell you, like, there's obviously some sort of guess that's being, like, how loud are you guys being?
Quite frankly, pretty quiet. It's a professional voice, but it's not, yeah, we're here for this thing!
I'm just trying to figure out how much people have picked up from the conversation, like, because any sort of context will be spreading like wildfire around this place, and people making their own conclusions from that.
Yeah,
Actually,
this is totally...
I might roll a perception, see how well they've done at picking up information.
Please roll a nat 1, and so it's just... I heard there was a horse loose in a hospital.
Well, it's not a nat 1, but it is a 5.
We can work with that. We can work with a 5.
So I would say they've probably gotten the name Cassie and nothing else.
Yep.
Which, given the circumstances, is definitely spreading through everyone there like wildfire.
Final question that I can think of at the moment is, well, two-part. A, Ms. Hoofman, relation of Rena to backstage folks, if she was able to use such things, how did she get on with her folks? And second part, do you have an address for her?
Well, she got on terribly with most people, I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Very stuck up.
Mm-hmm.
She was good, but very few people liked working with her. And yes, we still have her address on our payroll. I can get you that information.
That would be incredibly useful. We'll probably want to follow that up, even if it's just to cross something off the list. It's better safe than sorry in these ones.
Of course.
But all will be resolved. I do assure you of that. You might want to nip the rumor mill in the bud, though.
It's a roll of her eyes. Yeah. Actually, as that's happening, there is probably one the cat toon that got pointed out before, Riley, has sort of come close, and there are a few people who have sort of closed in but aren't coming anywhere near. It's just a excuse me. Is this about Cassie?
Hello there, Riley. Yes, I'm afraid so.
Is she okay?
We're trying to find that out.
Indeed. While we can't disclose certain matters at the moment, we are doing our best to resolve matters. Everything will be fine.
Oh, okay. If you do see her, can you let her know, from us and the rest, that, we hope she feels better soon, and that she'll come back, because we miss her?
Of course, of course. She's lucky to have good people like you. We'll pass the message on, I assure you.
Thanks. Good luck. And, they're racing off now.
Sweet one. Alright. Okay. And she's kind of going over everything in her head now, just minimal conflicts. All they've got really is, well, that she resigned when everything kicked off, just all the wild magic stuff. Like, family conflict, and then the wild magic, and just, it explains why she didn't come back, honestly. Just, hey, magic, and then just all that. And just emotional horrors and nightmares.
And also why none of her co-workers reported her.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Because there had been a thought of just perhaps she just came here. Fingers crossed, hopefully, maybe, but no.
Nope.
Surprise, she's been in the basement here the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, don't do that. That would waste spell slots. I can tell you right now. But I was gonna say you haven't cast Detect Person here.
I was literally opening my mouth again. I can.
What level spell is it? I don't want to make you use up your spell slots.
Well, like, we've probably had like a short rest or something because we had to sit down and stuff. So maybe do it to have fun. Use a spell. Use a spell.
Look, creature is a 4th level spell.
Why?
Because it's hard. I've only got one of those.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Dear. No, I won't. That does not make logical.
I mean, it would probably be very hard to hide her here.
Yeah. So my brain is just ticking over with things that I doesn't... Because I have this memory, center stage, with this, where is her name, Rena person?
Yeah,
in a
Rena
disguise.
Donna.
That is a great name.
I have a distinct recollection of her being in a disguise, and like we're also toons. We're proficient at that shit. So it's like.
Yes,
Not
she.
out of the question that she's in the building, you know?
I mean, she was dressed up as one of the like she dyed her feathers brown. That's where the dye came from that she used on the costumes, and was parading around as another one of the chorus members.
Mm-hmm.
Can we pretend that we asked that? So
I
we
mean,
have that information.
Yeah, you can get that information. That was probably like the incident report of that was probably passed along that had all that information in.
We should have got Jeeves on the case on this. We would have got all this information. I love Jeeves. Jeeves, you write too much, Jeeves.
It's not wrong.
Too big a file. But, so what, just out of character, what we got? What have we got, gang? What have we got? Let's put our brains together. Because we've still got professional route, but business family could potentially be that. Mother peckers, there are mother peckers amidst us. We've got Frumer angle, actress angle. Frumer angle, actress angle. Frumer angle, actress angle.
I have no idea. My brain not working.
Oh, I pat you.
All right.
Can I roll something so that Ryan might have a give me?
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Take a bardic inspiration die.
Okay. I'm going to roll in dice a investigation, I guess. Oh,
Hey!
okay. We'll plus the d6 from the bardic inspiration. It's a 2, which makes it a 21. Help!
Nice. I mean, yeah, you okay. There's a lot of information. Not all of it's adding up. There's definitely a couple of different storylines tangling in here, and that's making it hard to pass what's happening. I'm not going to add on the stuff that I've added, like that I've said about what you've found so far. I'm just going to give you some insight into what you've learned here, which is one, that this is obviously so sorry, I'm just trying to figure out like like I know what I want to say, but words are not coming out of my mouth correctly. So
It's alright, take your time.
basically, there were a lot of questions about why now. And perhaps it has something to do. No, that's fine, Whis. It shouldn't take too much longer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I can just hear her in the other room.
Like you were wondering about the why now. Perhaps it's related to the fact that she got wild magic. That definitely seems suspicious. That only happened 2 weeks ago. But the fact that she up and quit her job at the same time, and that everyone that she was working with knows it, and also the fact that people probably outside of the area know it as well because auditions for her role got passed around, means that you've got a lot more mundane people getting like being able to take advantage of that might not have anything to do with her powers in the slightest.
Mm-hmm. It's a time when she wouldn't be missed.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two options. One, we've got an actress who can mimic, who quit on Cassie's behalf so that it wouldn't be suspicious when she disappeared. Or 2, she quit because family stuff and wild magic, and someone was just opportunistic.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You do have her address.
Yep. Which is the next place that Lynn's going, just like, okay, fingers crossed this is actually it, because otherwise, oh dear God, for Ruma.
Yep.
I don't want to go to Faruma yet!
Fair.
Are we setting up for a part 3 in that case?
You.
How long do you predict we've got left on this one?
Not like you're definitely reaching the end. I can tell you that much.
Also, clarifying question.
Hmm.
Are we solving this today?
What I wanted to get solved in this FPS, yes. You should do.
Okay.
Alright. Whis, how long do you think you can carry on going today?
From a me need to go to bed perspective, about 15 minutes. From a oat perspective, not really any. I'm just listening to her. She's very upset. She's been sleeping really badly too, so it's like I probably want to get her to bed.
I do minutes, but the alternative is we could take another break to let you put down oat and then finish it off. I don't know if I want to make this a part 3 because I do think there's not enough for a part 3.
Okay, if we're able to take a couple of minutes, and I'll see if I can get Oak to sleep, and then if that's not going to work, then I'll let you guys know. But just give me a sec.
Alright,
Yeah.
we can handle that.
Of course.
Okay.
This has run really long, and thank you both for your patience.
We love you, okay? This has been fun, alright? I will
did
pause
tell
my
you.
recording.
This was an ambitious one.
Alright, I'm gonna pause my recording and then we'll see you guys soon.
Yep. See you guys soon.
I have paused. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna get some water.
Nice. Mine is still running, but I am happy to leave it running for now.
Yes. And to clarify, we love you. This is going great. We're having fun.
I'm so glad. Go get water. I am scrolling back up through the gallery. I can already see. Do you have filled the gallery so much? And I'm delighted. Your comments are bringing me delight, Dew. Just hope you know that. Yes, I do know why you want to throttle me. Her turning up at Azumi's door. Hey, so my sister got kidnapped and I have to stay with someone I know and you're my only option. That would have been hilarious. I'm sorry, I can't see your new comments yet, dude, because I'm still backtracking through. But, yes, Cassie's been missing for a week, quit her job 2 weeks ago, and hasn't seen her dad in 3. She's having a swell time. Okay, I'm caught up now. That was a delight.
This game is a delight.
I caught up on all of Deuce screaming from this game.
Nice. We do love the Jew screaming. It's delightful.
It is definitely.
Also, can I just say I thank you for adding that bit in with the stagehand waving enthusiastically. That's gonna live in my head rent free.
I'm so glad.
It's adorable. It's just the idea of just the more and more enthusiastic waving of why is my cousin waving back to me? There we go.
You know how it is sometimes when you've got that friend and you're in the middle of a business thing or something and they're just like, woohoo, like in the background?
Yes.
I'm eventually gonna get your attention.
Which is great, seeing as Lid is the stagehand family has pop-up Grawlix that occurs. And so it is great, because I can just imagine the more, like, the longer it was going, it was just, the more it was coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, timestamp, okay. Let's see. I can give you the one on my end. It would be...
That's
there we go.
fine.
Yeah. It will likely be your one. It will likely be your timestamp thing that we use. But I just thought I'd give that as well.
Yeah, a 6-minute difference is not going to make a huge
Mhm.
difference. Sorry, this ran
Indeed.
so long, Jew.
We love you, Jew. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, is there anything you need? Do you need tea? Do you need water? Do you need a pickled egg?
I am good. I have finished my tea. I have been playing with my dice.
It's a good thing to do.
Having physical dice helps so much when you need to fiddle with things.
Yeah. I've got almost always I've got 2 dice in my hand that I'm just rolling together. I have to be very quiet because audio.
Yes, that sounds good. My only problem is that, like, when I'm shaking it and it slips out the side of my hand and then it goes ka-thunk thunk, and I'm like, oops.
Whoops.
And then it rolls on the floor, and you're like, okay, now I've got to get it with my feet because I can't reach down that far without taking my headphones off.
Ha! God bless you.
I I'm really glad you guys have been having fun, and I apologize that it's run for so long.
Well, it's all right. It's all right. We love to see it. It is a good game. You have been, and I'm saying this for the recording and for you personally. You are a great DM, and this is delightful. You have built something that is really cool.
I'm really glad. I have put so much thought into this. It might show.
Mm-hmm. It
have,
is good, and we love to see it.
I have so many notes.
You have so many notes. I remember for the games that I've run, I've had a decent amount. Like I do it all on one pages or Google Doc, and it's great because then I'm just like, okay, I've written so many words.
Yeah. But you guys are getting close. You are definitely getting close.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame we are not actually qualified detectives.
I mean, yes, but none of us are, and you're doing pretty damn good. I mean, I've been so impressed by how much you guys have been able to deduct and get.
Mhm.
Like you have gotten almost all of the information that I put down, or like had planned to put down. Not everything, but a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Way more than I was expecting. So props to you guys.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to after the fact seeing if there's anything you can spill that we've missed, because I gotta admit, it is always nice to see behind the curtain after everything's all resolved.
Yeah. Uh I'll have to see how much I can tell you guys because there's a bunch of things that you guys found that is set up for like future games.
Indeed, and we're delighted. We're delighted by it. We are eyes emoji.
This is why I've been so delighted, but also part of the reason.
Mhm.
I was pretty happy with this because I was like, I know it's going to be difficult no matter how well you guys roll because you're going to have to sift through the information I give you.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting noise.
Okay.
Keyboard smash?
Sort of. I type incredibly fast.
Ah, okay.
It's highly amusing. I've done it when I've been on call with my siblings, and I go and I was writing my dissertation. I hit an absolute stride where the next 3 paragraphs suddenly made sense, and I neumed, and apparently it was like a small stampede.
Oh wow, that's impressive. I'm not a fast writer. Well, I can type fast, but my thoughts are slow. So like I'm the sort to reread the same thing over and over again to make sure it all cohesively goes together.
Hmm. It's my parents taught me how to touch type, so I don't even have to look at the screen sometimes. So I'm carrying on a conversation and then just taka 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 taka.
Oh yeah, that's always nice.
Hmm. It's while I'm not as ambidextrous as Lynn, I can do certain things that make people blink twice.
We love to see it. I swear sometimes
Mhm.
I'm just like, are you sure you're not a toon?
Well, I've certainly survived it.
Yeah, exactly. I can give you a couple of little fun facts if you want while we're waiting about some of the performance people.
Yeah, sure, please do.
So you have Rena Donna, which I'm guessing you picked up the pun for her name.
Yes, I did. You had me grin.
There's also Riley C. Star.
Huh? Nice.
Rising star.
Yeah. Right. Oh, we got a note in the thing. We got a note in the chat.
Oh.
Alright.
Come on, load. I mean, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, honestly.
Because I'm happy to wait for Whis still. I know
Yeah.
it's getting late, but I mean, I planned on maybe not getting much sleep tonight just because I was like last game I was so hyped afterwards I did not sleep well. So
Yeah.
I can still go for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. I've got the entire day free, so I'm happy to wait as well.
Yeah. Okay. You too, Whis. We love you.
Boop, boop. But we had Riley Star, which I do love. Okay, you did a good voice for them. I like them.
I like them too. And then Marius and is a composer from either Swan Lake or the Nutcracker. And
Mm-hmm.
Huffman is a play on Huffman, who is another composer for one of them. If you go to the Wikipedia page, you'll find their name. The names Marius and Huffman really fast,
Mm-hmm.
which is where I got them from. And then I turned it into Huffman, Hoofman, and then
Yeah.
I made them a horse tune.
Which honestly was the best thing. It's lovely. We love to see it. It's just every now and then, it's just when it's a pun and when it's also that, it's just you gotta.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Marius is a swan for Swan Lake. Ta-da!
Mm-hmm. Ta-da! Who could have foreseen it? It's a complete blindside.
I have a lot of fun with my names.
Yeah, naming characters is fun. Sometimes it's just, oh, I gotta give you a pun, and other times it's just, this is your name.
Yep. It's like either one of one of three routes. Either you give them a name that you've got to dig into the meaning of it to find why they've been named that way. You give them a name because it's a pun and it's funny, or you give them a name
Mm-hmm.
because you had to think of one on the spot and it was the first thing that came to your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good when you do those ones. I've got a few that are like that. Some of them it's just like, oh, you're just a normal name. What do you mean it's longer?
yeah. One of my circus NPCs is Mr. Periwinkle, which was he's a the bald cat type toon, and
Oh,
is
thanks, cat.
yeah, and just absolutely like sarcastic as all get out, and just like um laid back and lazy, and I'm just like, you feel like you fit the name Mr. Periwinkle, so that is now your name.
Mhm. Yes. We love to see it. We love to see it.
My-
I like I've got characters, and just every now and then there is one where I let Lynn name it because it's like, hey Lynn, this is technically your pet. What do you want to name it? I'm gonna name this weasel Boneless. You're no longer allowed to name. You're no longer allowed to name things.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. I think I haven't had any of my characters do something like that, but it would be funny.
It's. I've realized Lynn's beloved. She's shit at naming things. She called her building Network, and yes, Network Sweetheart Central is the softest name ever. Still, she just went, "You need a name. You're the place that I network from." Oh, that's a good name.
she hi Whis. She has the hiccup version of naming.
Yes, it's the heart of her It's the heart of her network. Ergo network. This weasel is absolutely wiggly. It's got no bones. Its name's Boneless.
What about the octopus then?
Harold.
Harold already came pre-packaged with that name.
Fair.
Harold made many regrets. Originally, you and I, Harold, we're gonna be best friends. The day Lynn got rid of Harold, goodbye, you little shit.
Hi,
Thanks
Whis.
for being
Welcome back.
patient. She's a very tired girl.
Oh, I don't blame her. It's pretty late.
Yeah, and she's had trouble sleeping.
Oh,
But she's
poor
asleep.
bub.
So I've got to keep my voice down a little bit. Because Dan has also gone to bed.
That's fair.
But we can carry on. I'm wide awake.
Awesome. Yes. So you guys are approaching the building. Would you? I'm not gonna make you roll. I mean, actually, it might be fun. Do you guys want to roll a survival? See how fast, how much it takes you, how long it takes you to get there,
I can do that.
and then you guys can roll me a perception when you get there.
Alright. Are we in the right place? Yeah. Da, 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 da. Alright, what's your survival modifier, Lynn? Let me just check. All of my modifiers are damn good. And I shall now roll perception. Hey! Nice.
So that was a perception and a survival and a perception. The 18 was the survival.
Oh,
That
Lynn.
was a 14 survival and that was a 25 perception. Monkey is on high alert.
Yeah. Okay. With that 18, you guys make pretty good time to the place. With that, I mean, they're both not bad. That's a 15 and a 25. So like, just let me find my notes. Sorry. About that. Like I said, my notes are everywhere. So you guys get here, and first off, thing you notice, it's a fairly well-off area. The apartment buildings definitely look swanky and professional. Well, no, not professional, but higher class. Definitely people with money live here.
We're talking about inner city Sydney or Melbourne or something.
Yes, definitely. And not just
Right.
like the inner city Sydney and Melbourne where they still have big apartments.
The ones that are just houses stacked on top of each other.
Yep. That's the area you have rolled into. And
Ooh, we should take Teal here sometime.
With Lynn, with that 25, I do want to give you something more. So Lynn, you hear the sounds of a disturbance.
Oh.
Um, um, sorry, I'm just trying to work out the logistics. I think sorry about this. This is
Alright, it's alright.
No stress.
Take your time. You're all good. You're all good and we love you.
yeah, I think you probably hear maybe a little bit of like oh, would it? Yeah, with that 25, you probably hear what sounds like movement, a fair amount of movement coming from one of the apartments above you. Like just the odd sounds of things being clattered around a bit.
To a dangerous level, or
Um mm, like kind of hard to tell. There's it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for someone to be making that sort of noise in their apartment. But someone is definitely moving around, um, doing a lot right now.
she's gonna check the address stuff to see whether this is the apartment they were interested in.
Sure looks like it.
Alright. Rye, you got your spell focus out?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Keep on guard. Be ready if things get dicey. In fact, I always want to say, hey Rye, cast locate creature now. But yeah, it's Whis. Would Rye be okay with doing that?
Well, none of his 4th level spells are for self-defense necessarily, so I could do.
Okay, so Rye, I want you to do me a favor, kiddo. One of your spells you showed me in your book. Locate creature. You used it back at the first apartment. Mind using it again?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
All right.
And he will do that.
Alright, refresh me. It doesn't require any sort of spell casting roll, and it's 100 feet away, and it gives you
It's 1,000 feet, which is about 300 meters.
300
304.
meters. Okay.
Yeah.
And it. So you name a person, or you name either a specific person or a creature of a certain
Creature
race.
type.
Yeah, creature type, and it will either point you in the direction of that person or the closest one of the type that you are looking for.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep.
All right, cool. Just making sure. Yeah. Right. You get a ping.
I think Rice sort of cast it, and he initially, while casting it, he's not going into casting with any particular expectations, but then he just sort of freezes, and Lynn doesn't have to roll insight to sort of see him go a bit stiff. She knows him well enough.
Mom, I got a ping.
All right. That apartment?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I had called in sketches. This is normally something I do with backup, but... Okay. Things get dicey. You get back to the apartment, alright? Things get dicey, you use your key, okay?
Okay.
Alright, let's go. And yeah, she's drawing her axe. Just drawing her axe, giving it a spin, putting it in very easy to reach. As she's just basically fast clipped towards that apartment now.
Yeah, okay. So, like, I'm assuming you're maybe, like, vaulting over the gate or something like that to get inside.
Yeah. It's Lynn can. In fact, you know what? She does just straight up just go, okay, hold on, grabs Rye, and then just does her beast barbarian thing of just she can bolt. She is over that fence. She is a monkey, and that beast barbarian thing. She's cleared it. Bye bye fence. I almost want to roll with how much style she does it, whether she just goes through it or whether yeah, okay. Lynn, you might want to take up a job with Teal at some stage. That would be acrobatics. Yeah. Yeah. 25. Boing.
Boing.
Nice. So over the fence, up the stairs, to the apartment. What are you gonna do when you reach the door?
First, listen.
Receive.
Just straight up, can she hear anything in closer detail now? Does there sound as though there's a noise of distress?
I still can't believe the dice passer is being nicer to me than my
Yeah, you got a dirty 20.
What are those for?
perception.
Perception at the door.
Fair. Okay. There's not, like, now that you guys are closer, you're not getting, what's the word for it? There's no more sounds of, like, rapid movement behind the door. But, you definitely hear the sound of sobbing.
She doesn't know Cassie, but yeah, Lynn doesn't know Cassie, so wouldn't know if it was her or not. Damn. Wait, hang on. How big are these apartments?
Okay. So basically the way, I'm just trying to, big enough for, for 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a kitchen, and a, living area.
Would you say, like, to the other end of the floor is 120 feet?
Okay, let me just do maths to convert that. That's about 40 meters? No, yeah.
Because Lynn is having a thinky thought. Because she has message.
To the end of the apartment? Yeah,
she's
you would have no problem with that range.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna do me a smart thing. And she takes a second and then points through the keyhole of the door and just goes, Cassie? My name's Detective Little Lynn Stagehand. Are you okay?
Okay, you can respond through this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In a whisper that only you can hear.
You get back. I don't know. I think she's dead.
Hang tight, we're coming in. And right? Your mum originally looks as though she was going to knock. No, she rears back one leg and she is kicking in the door.
Oh gosh.
One person's dead. The other person is possibly slightly hysterical. She doesn't know how many other people are in this place. Sorry, your door's gone.
Yeah, okay, you kick down the door. There...
Do you want me to roll anything for that, or is it just rule cool?
Yeah, you could have ruler cool. It's getting late. This monkey is on, is well past done at this point. It is ruler cool. Yeah, so you see into the apartment. It looks a little bit messy, but the thing that will probably immediately draw both of your attention is there is someone who looks a lot like the pictures that both Crystal sort of like kneeling like on the ground, flinched when the door was kicked in, and definitely sobbing with the "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, it was an accident," and between the two of you there is what appears to be a peacock toon who is not moving.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Right? Okay, right? Civilian. I got that one. And she is making her way over to the crumpled form. And she would like to roll medicine.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can roll that. Rye, would you like to do anything?
Yeah. Rye doesn't have calm emotions. Who bum? I think he might roll a medicine as well. If Cassie seems hurt or anything. Let's try my Rye dice. Come on. I know you're new, but come on, give me the good vibes here. I deny that roll and I'm trying to medicine.
I will say, as Lynn is coming in, she's definitely making sure that the body is just kinda out of view of Rye and then trying to shield the view from Cassie as well. She's a small monkey, but she can do quite a bit.
Alright. Yeah, that's fair. That's a 20 and a 21. Good rolls!
Nice!
Who do I want to start with? We'll start with Cassie. Mariah, when you get over there, she's definitely shaking. Like big tears rolling down her eyes. Gaze seems a little bit off center, like she's not really looking at you. And she doesn't seem hurt. Like maybe her hair's a little bit askew, but other than that, she's not injured. But she definitely looks very distraught and not doing well.
Okay. I'm gonna roll an arcana. Read on what her magic is doing. 18.
Well, there's definitely magic in this room that you can sense. Very strong magic, like the residues of a very strong spell that went off. Currently, there's no magic being used though in this room.
So she doesn't have any active magic effects like that lightning thing, bubble.
No, she has. There is no magic affecting her at the moment.
Okay, cool. Rye's just going to approach from a direction where she can see him.
Miss Cassie? My name's Rye. I'm a friend of your sister with help.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I know. It's okay. Can I come close?
I think so. I don't wanna hurt you.
Oh, good. You won't.
And he's going to come close, and if it looks like she starts trying to flinch away from him, but yeah, he's just going to kind of come close and stand right next to her. And
Are you hurt?
Shakes her head. I'm okay.
Do you need a hug?
More tears and a nod.
he is applying hug.
Yeah, you getting a small toon clinging back to you, and the floodgates open, and she's just bawling right now.
Mm-hmm. He is going to do this for.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn, this person is dead.
Oh boy.
Definitely seems recent. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
from magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of magic in very, very short span of time.
She has her immediate thing was check the body to see if there was anything magical on it straight away that would hurt her, because that's the first thing you do with medical stuff. Always make sure the body is safe to approach.
Yeah,
And
like you can probably feel some of like maybe the fur rising up, that there is like excess magic sort of coming off the body, but it's not going to hurt you.
she did check pulse immediately, check that sort of stuff, and just yeah, that she can't do a cure wounds or something on someone who's dead.
Nope.
So she does just go, okay. Oh, okay. Into hammer space, basically pulls out a sheet. It's just immediately she's doing a quick check over to see if there's anything immediately, because by gods, this is sure something. But if she can't discern anything immediately, it's just put the tarp over it so that it's out of view. She is out of view. And then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're welcome to roll investigation if you'd like.
Yep, she's going to do that as a detective. Hey! 18 plus. What is your. It's a 6. 24.
Nice. Okay. You're investigating the body, right?
Yep. She's a detective. She's investigating the body, and then once she knows all she can from it, then she'll cover it, because God damn it, there is a child. There's her kid, and then there's this clearly distressed person who's probably killed them in self-defense. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. No, nothing seems to be too out of the ordinary on the body. Uh, Fancy clothes. Definitely fits the profile of Rena. Someone who is well off. And probably was a performer. Um, and the information I've told you so far about what probably happened. The only other thing you will find is that in one of her pockets, you do find some loose notes that seem to have a whole bunch of scribbles of half-formed plans of revenge. Um, there's a few of them that have been crossed out. You see, stealing talents has been crossed out. And it ranges from things like ruining reputation to, you know, to the point of selling potentially to toon trade, question mark. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's some half-formed question and answers about getting in touch with different people, where to go potentially, and what has been circled at the bottom is hiring a professional.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And she is looking down at this body, and this wasn't a good person, but it's not pity, but it's something akin to it of just how far this person has fallen to even go this far, and just she hopes they find peace in an afterlife.
Yeah.
Just the tarp goes over. She's checking on Brian Cassie, and then she's probably going to call this in.
Fair.
Everything's gonna be okay. It's over now. Everything's gonna be okay.
Just wanna go home.
We'll sort that out. You're gonna be okay, Cassie. It's over. It's over. We'll get you home.
Yeah, there's no more words, just more sobs.
Rye's just rubbing her back, like around the wings, obviously.
Yeah.
How does she look? Has she... I think there would be Lynn either working on her investigation or rolling on a new one of just... How's Cassie looking? Has she been injured, tied up? What's her... How's she looking?
She doesn't look, like, injured, doesn't look in the best shape, but, hard to tell around, the distress she's in right now and how much of that was caused in this fight and how much of that was caused beforehand. She definitely doesn't, she looks tired. You would have found if you'd looked around a little bit, I can go with that 24 from before, that you find the spare bedroom door is locked from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is basically a kidnapping gone very, very, very wrong.
Yeah.
It'll work in court. And so she is just checking over stuff. She is gonna pull out a shock blanket to put around put around this kid, because yeah, she's been through the wars. And then she will just find the nearest phone and just call the police department of just, yeah, send out the decent people. There's been an incident.
Yeah. And well, that's all I really had planned. Was there anything you guys had or wanted to add?
Let me roll a hammer space.
I will.
Yep.
I will mention. Sorry, Lynn. With that investigation, while you were investigating Cassie, that she doesn't seem to be injured. She doesn't seem to be physically injured. Maybe her wings are injured because they don't seem to be moving very much at the moment.
I think one thing she would do is just, Ms. Cassie? Cassie, right? My name's Lynn. I've got healing spells. Can I try casting something on you? It's Cure Wounds. Or I can use Healing Word, whichever one you prefer. Is touch okay?
She seems to hesitate for a moment, but then will nod.
Okay. Okay. You're doing incredible. You've done very good. You've been through a very hard time, and it's over, okay? Everything's okay. And she's just gonna basically give a featherlight touch as she puts the shock blanket around her. Just good bit of help. Good bit of healing. And she's just gonna wait until the authorities arrive. Just she knows the right police station to call to get the kinda, because all cops are picnics, but she does know a few people who are more decent than others and are actually going to deal with this with tact
Yeah, yeah.
or meet her.
Yeah, it's all about who you know.
Exactly.
Rye rolled hammer space?
Oh yeah, he reaches into his hammer, pulls out a little cup and a bottle of water, and he just pours a little bit of and offers it to Cassie so that she can have a drink of water. And he's not sure whether or not she's dead since she's kidnapped, but water is a good start. It also helps you calm down, at least in my experience.
Fair.
Mhm.
Very fair. She takes it, still with a bit of that, like, 1,000-yard stare.
Mm.
Probably sips at it a bit absent-mindedly, but is not, like, mostly just, I guess, focused on the cup as, you know, more tears still rolling down her cheeks.
Fair.
Everything's gonna be okay in the end. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. This sure was an incident, but hopefully one that can be moved past.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And I suppose the scene fades out as the police arrive and people fill the apartment, and it's, I mean, you succeeded, but it's still a bit of a somber note to end the case on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Rye, once everything's sorted, once there is probably a medic sort of thing there for Cassie, you are getting a side hug. Just
Oh, he is returning that hug.
case closed.
Not as satisfying as the last one.
No. I hoped you'd get a few more happy ending cases first, but at least it's better than it could have been. At least it's got that much. Alright. We're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna make sure Cassie's alright. We're gonna get her home and then we're gonna go home ourselves, alright?
Okay. That sounds good.
And Detective Stagehand looks on and carries forward.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
concludes our game. Thank you both for
Indeed.
playing with me. I hope you had a good time.
Led us on a merry chase around the magic thing, didn't you?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
I'm-
for both putting up with me and my
We love
bullshit.
it. Hey, we love the bullshit, and by God, what an ending!
Yep. Yep. Dude's gonna be so mad when they hear the end.
We love you too.
Love you too. Anyway, thank you so much for playing with me. I'm sorry it went for so long, but I had an absolute blast.
Oh, that was 4 hours.
We did too.
Gosh.
All right, we should say goodbye to the recordings.
Yes,
Toodaloo.
thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.